Undead people make the liches make fun of this guy.
Yeah. I mean, so I mean,
are like, what were you thinking, dude?
Yeah. So I don't know what what that means from a charisma standpoint. If you're made of maggots instead of people,
that's got to be at least a slight negative.
It's got to be a negative one, I'm thinking. Depending on your charm. So now this guy apparently is still alive. He took Bardos captive. Probably let Bardos escape, has been tracking him ever since.
Somehow spying us or watching us or something.
Yeah, so I mean, when you guys rolled in the front door, he was ready. I mean, he had guys with homemade, with barricades ready to sort of, like, once you got into that room, it was like everybody swooped in. They were waiting for you guys. There's no way they could have put that together in the 5 to 7 minutes that it took you guys to get past the cockatrices or the basilisks.
Yeah.
So they were waiting. Queen Galfred basically tells you guys that, look, this Vang guy is supposed to be dead, but Arushale told you guys that he's the guy in charge of. Now, he wasn't a Baphometian. He was a head of what they call the blackfire adepts, which was this group of mages that were associated with the Baphometians, but only tertiarily. They were helping them out, and they were sort of causing their own problems. But this guy was their leader, and he gets sort of tapped to be the head of the Baphometians when the former head goes back to the abyss to do something else. So he gets the nod to be sort of the boss. But in the meantime, he's doing a lot of experiments. So by trade, what you guys figure is he's an alchemist or a sorcerer of some note. And he apparently is putting together this whole idea that these Nihydrian crystals, which are mined in the abyss, are somehow distilled down into some sort of elixir that, if you drink, it either makes you a mutant with mythic powers or it kills you outright. Now, you guys have seen both. I mean, you fought the Chimera back in Dresden, which was mythically inclined. So it had been, at least what your suspicion is that it was one of the experiments, the successful one. Somebody gave it the elixir. It lived through the process. And because of that, it had deeper powers and more powers than the normal Chimera would have. You've also found dead people who are riddled with this sort of like small crystalline things that you think are Nihydrian crystal fragments of some sort that maybe, I mean,
we're supposed to see dead people, not,
Yeah, I mean, you're thinking that it might be similar to what they do when they cryogenically freeze somebody, and when they thaw them out, it gets these like ice crystals, right? The ice crystals form, and it destroys the tissue around it, which is why cryogenics doesn't work unless you use like ethylene glycol. But basically the idea is this guy, this Xanthir Vang guy, is somehow he's the guy in charge of refining this process, and he has had some successes. So your job, at least in part, also is to put the stab on this guy as well, because if you guys can stop that process, it'll keep the World Wound Demons from sort of willy-nilly making themselves and their servants mythically tiered, which would be bad for you guys, because you are not mythically tiered. Yes, there's a question in the back.
What's the DC of the solution if we were to find one?
I want to know that.
Like if you wanted to drink it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but I could certainly find out. I'm sure the rules are somewhere.
Sure it's low.
Oh, I'm sure it's like
I'm sure it's
like
low.
a DC 5 fortitude save or something like that.
As I recall, before I went unconscious this last time, we were winning, right?
Oh yeah, huge amounts of winning. Hey, by the way, I just saw Chuck. You're with us. Welcome, bud. I didn't see you come in. Welcome aboard. How was your weekend, man?
That's good.
And Matt, nice to see you as well. Hey, did
Always
you get my
good
text?
to see you.
Did you get my text?
The last one I saw were about Annie and her new job. Let me see.
Oh, no,
yes, about the Bobiverse. Yes.
Yeah, I bought that book, and I started reading it on the plane the other day, and I was like, well, I don't know about this thing. And then it went from I'm not sure, to we're on a roller coaster now. So I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. Great, it's turned out to be a great book.
Did you say you're reading it, or do you listen to Audible?
No, I'm reading it.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't even know it was available. I know it was an Audible original, so they must have translated it to.
Yeah, I'm reading the text. I've got enough podcasts where I don't buy audiobooks anymore.
Yeah, I have 3 screens at work. I don't want to read a book again if I can. I do about 100 audiobooks a year. Do that, and then Liza Locke-Lamora. I think you like that.
Yeah, no, I'm through. Is there more than 2 books of those?
There's 3 currently. The 4th one's supposed to be published in June.
All right, just
So
finished number 2 not
late.
too long ago. So
The Red Seas, Red Skies.
Yeah, which was pretty good. I'm like, how you get 2/3 of the way through the book is like, how in the fuck are they going to get out of this thing?
Yeah,
it's just like it's a crazy job. But so if you guys haven't never read them, The Lies of Locke-Lamora and something called Boboverse.
yeah.
Just Google those on Amazon and pick them up. They're both really good reads.
Gordon turned me onto a good book too. I forget what the name of the series is, but Joe Ashcroft or Joe Abercrombie. Those books with the Inquisitor and stuff.
No, I haven't heard of that.
I'll find a link to that too. But I'll send you a link. But that's a good series too. So a lot of gray characters in that one, Les. You'll love it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do love moral ambiguity. Yeah. Because it's always served me well.
Right. Speaking of moral ambiguity, Don, how are you tonight?
So I got him back. I don't know if you can see him, but I got him. I put him back in on the thing. He's up there trying to heal these fallen Templars over here. You hear him whispering to them, saying, "Please wake up. How can we betray my party members if you guys aren't?"
You're dead.
Last time, guys, I texted Les at like 12:30 that night. I'm like, Les, I'm so sorry I fell asleep. Please tell me I didn't have my volume on. I'm sure I was snoring away.
I'm like, no, but we yelled a couple
disappeared.
of times. Yeah,
I posted the video. I was like, Matt.
I can only imagine it being a lot like when Doug falls asleep.
Who was it that fell asleep on camera that we were having a good time with in our Westground campaign?
That was Doug, I think.
No, that wasn't. It was the other guy. Scott. Yeah.
Oh, Scott Gitchens. Yeah, you can hear him snoring pretty hard too.
He was sawing hard.
Without coming through the speakers.
Yeah.
If you're in Illinois.
And he was on camera, so he looked like he passed out on his deck or whatever.
Yeah, it was like kind of like this, just like in his chair.
Yeah. You gotta love it.
Well, I got an email from Jennifer, said that they were finishing up dinner with Morgan and that. Hold on, let me just read it to you. It's probably easier this way. No, I can't find it.
Well, quick, before she gets here, I stabbed Farina in the back. She's bleeding now.
So she could be a few minutes late, finishing up dinner with Morgan and her new beau. So Morgan's got a new boy.
Oh.
So we're going to have to hear about that when they come online. But quick and dirty recap from last time. As you guys largely remember, last time we played was the week that you guys sort of really put the kibosh on the ambush. And I have to say, there was a lot of things going on. I have to credit you guys for doing such a good job. Lothar especially keeping everybody healthy. Just cranking them back, and you guys did manage. You guys sort of slipped into this little area right here, which is the sort of like a little hallway. You found behind one door you found what was ostensibly a jail, some sort of prison area, and a couple of pretty worse for wear Crusader types. They'd been here for several weeks. There were much more of them. They talked about brain creatures to the north that were executing or experimenting on their fellows, and they were the last 2 guys to live alive. In the other room, you guys opened that up and got that open, and you saw that there was a beautiful elvish woman who was chained to a bed. The room itself was quite luxurious. But it was obvious that she was imprisoned there in some fashion. She said her name was Jerabeth. She had been taken prisoner by Vang, and he was, trying to convince her to come to his side and all this other stuff. You weren't entirely sure what that's about, but this Xanther Vang guy, captures Bardos and lets him go, gives these guys to the brain eaters, throws, he's not necessarily a guy that you can immediately impute motives to. He's a bit more complex than that. So he might, surely he has some, an underlying reason why he wants to convince this elvish aristocrat, an elvish princess, to sort of join his cause. You're not sure what the reasons might, and she's not sure either. She's held out as long as she can. She tells you she's been there. She thinks maybe 4 or 5 weeks. It's been very difficult. There's no windows in her room.
Right.
It's that kind of stuff. So, and elves are notoriously poor on determining time. So that's part of it. Flashheart went up there and sort of finished off those guys and Gatto. I'm just kidding. You're going to materialize next to Flashheart. You're not begging the Templars to please come back to life so that you can continue the betrayal of your party. We'll obviously talk about it in secret. I apologize for the.
You learned your lesson.
Yeah, I learned my lesson about reply all. Sorry about that.
Thanks. Yeah.
And you are not possessed. So just saying.
Wink.
So if we move south, though, you can see that there's Bardos and Farina and their constituent animals, and also ahead of them, Fletcher. That at the very end of the game last time, Bardos, who had summoned an earth elemental to do a variety of things, sort of earth glided. Was it you or was it Bardos? I thought it was Bardos.
No.
It was you? Okay. So Ilindar.
That's kind of my thing.
Yeah, I know, but you so rarely do it. Anyway, so Ilindar summons an earth elemental and sends him around, earth gliding around the edge of the cliff.
What was your earth elemental's name?
Precious.
Okay.
So Precious goes sort of snarkeling around using earth glide along the edge of the cliff wall, kind of looking for some sort of way or some sort of explanation, really, as to why the Templars seem so.
We didn't have our rope with us, and we suspected there was a secret passage with how fast they got behind us and how fast they disappeared.
Yep, exactly. So things, not much produced, but Precious wasn't really able to find much until she got to here, just on the other side of the wall from here. At which point, Ilindar, you heard her? Sure. Her scream out in pain, in earthen language, and then die and revert back to the plane of earth. So I marked the spot. I left the body there so you know what the exact spot where that was taking place. You're not sure what killed her, but something did, and you suspect that might be the point in which maybe those Templars disappeared. There could be a secret passage there. Yeah, exactly.
Because we didn't see a cave or anything when we went by.
It happened. No, you didn't. So it happened so quickly to the Earth Elemental. She never really had a chance to tell you what she had found. But she found something, or something found her.
Are you assigning a gender to an Earth Elemental?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Her name's Precious.
I didn't check.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you know which? You sort of.
You know what?
How do you check an Earth Elemental?
Precious.
Same way as you always do. That's a job, back in Dresden, they've already got 2 elemental sexers back there, so just keeping an eye on things and making sure the right ones are laying elemental eggs. That's kind of where we are right now.
So it's Precious, a novel by Sapphire, right?
Yes.
Welcome to the Prime Material playing Jasmine.
I'm just going to let that one slide.
Welcome, Jasmine. Jasmine is from the plane of Earth.
Jasmine, report to stage 4.
Jasmine's from the plane of Earth, loves snowboarding and being a dick to people she considers her inferior. All right, so that's kind of
slaughter.
So that's kind of where we start tonight. You guys are kind of spread out. Fletcher probably the furthest south, Flashheart the furthest north. You've got new NPCs that you probably have to take care of. You've got a dead elemental that may or may not have indicated where there might be a secret entrance, or where at least those guys are getting away from you.
And we still have some brain-related creatures to deal with somewhere, right? In this complex.
We've heard rumors.
So the prisoner guys, when they were in their cells, pointed to the northern door in their room and said, "Don't go through there. That's where their brain creatures are coming in here, grabbing our friends, dragging them away, and torturing them to
Now,
death."
guys, you're all about age appropriate to me. When you hear the word brain creatures, Do you think Starship Troopers brain bug? Because that's what I think.
Well, somebody made the point that it
Somebody
might be
sucked out
mind.
his brains.
Somebody made the point that it could be mind flayers.
Yeah, mind flayers. Yeah.
Mind flayers don't look like brains.
Yeah.
And these guys definitely refer to them as brain creatures. So maybe they were eating the brains. Maybe they look like brains. I mean, you didn't get a lot of detail.
If there were mind flayers here, we would already be in a pile of dead bodies.
It would already be like doing their bidding.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So what time of day is it?
Mid-afternoon, probably.
We talked about the fact that a lot of us spellcasters are kind of half spent or 2/3 spent or mostly spent.
Well, that was a lot of talk at the beginning of last session was, do you want to blockade and hide and try and rest up? But at the same time, they were saying, look, it only gives them more opportunity to regroup.
Well, yeah, and about that, I was thinking that we could maybe pull a Castle Dresden move. Remember we did the illusionary closet where we all stacked ourselves in there, where those teleporting creatures couldn't find us, and just hid behind an illusory wall of supplies. Do you remember that?
We have the Elysian hideaway or Illyrian hideaway.
Right. Is that like a true hideaway? Like no one can get to us in there?
Yeah, that's Farina's thing, right? You're talking about?
Yeah.
Remember Tom used to have one of those kind of things, that vampire tent thing.
Yeah, it was. It's like, if I recall correctly, it's like what is that extra dimensional space that rope trick? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. I think it's the same. It's the same size. Does anybody remember exactly what the name of that spell was? It's hideaway.
Something. It's like something shelter or something. Or
Sylvan Hideaway.
Sylvan Hideaway.
There we go. That's the puppy.
All right. So when the spell's cast on a natural unworked surface, creates an extra dimensional underground space large enough to comfortably hold 2 creatures of any size per caster level. Does anybody know off the top of their head what Farina's caster level is?
Probably about
level 9.
Probably about 8.
All right, so probably hold all you guys, including the rescuees. The room is sealed by a 5-foot square camouflage trapdoor that can be locked within. Trapdoor has hardness 10, 20 hit points per caster level. And the perception DC to see the trapdoor is equal to the spell's save DC. The door and the room are made of the same material of the material components. Cast the spell. You can choose the shape and configuration. However, any furnishings in the room are made of the same material as the room and cannot be moved once created. Which means if it's a stone room, you have stone tables, you can't move the tables around. When the spell ends, and it lasts for 2 hours per level, anything inside the space is ejected to the surface in the nearest available square.
Gets thrown up.
Boink. Yeah.
Okay, so the difference between Dresden and here is we were dealing with a bunch of wannabes that got caught with their pants down there. Here we're dealing with a bunch of advanced demons and high-level casters that know we're here, and we know that they can spy on what's his
Sure.
Ardo.
Probably have the ability to see the Sylvan hideaway right away.
Yeah, so they're going to know where it's at. They're going to know what we're doing in there.
Well, yeah, I would say I'm at least far better off than most of the spellcasters, though, because I don't have much of a spell range or anything to memorize or pray for anyway. But
yeah, beyond touching yourself, I think. I mean, lay on hands.
Lay hands on yourself.
Hey,
sorry,
it's Ioma Day approved.
It's Ioma Day approved.
But I would say that if we push forward, we probably should take an inventory of what we have left, see if it's worthwhile pushing forward.
Right.
Speaking of inventory, shouldn't we kind of search this massive mound of dead bodies?
Yes, count the dead, Crumb.
Well, there's a lot of dead bodies. Most of them, I mean, frankly, you'll be able to, and I don't have the numbers here. Each of them is going to have several gold, several silver on them. They all have that Baphometian armor. They all have those magical glaives. But there's a variety. Some of them have longbows, nothing unique. Some of them have longbows, most of them have arrows, others have short swords. So I mean, if you wanted to put together, you could put together a stack of weapons. Mostly they would be +1 glaives. That's the weapon. That's Baphomet's favored weapon. These guys are nominally anti-paladins. So they have
Yeah.
various powers in addition to thing. They can, they can do that, but they love to fight. The Minotaurs have no money, but they do have. Hold on a minute. Let me get back to you on that. Didn't know you guys were going to loot.
Yeah, I don't think we're
What
really
do you
going
mean you didn't know we were going to loot?
It's just a thing.
He thought we might have forgotten.
I thought you forgot the loot.
There's so many bodies here, but it'd be a good idea to probably stack these up and either sanctify them or burn them before they go undead on us.
I think we should do a puppet show.
All right. The
put your hand
Minotaurs. The Minotaurs also have glaives. In this case, they are also +1 glaive. So they use the same kind of weapons. Now, obviously, these are Minotaur size instead of person size, so they're much bigger.
Are they
Glaives are
branded?
stupid and useless.
They seem to do pretty well against you guys, though.
Yeah. These all have mub branding on the sides of them here.
I know.
Yeah, it's like
Made by Mub Corporation.
produced by Mubco, West Crown Cheliac.
Yeah. Isn't
For
it
all
the
your
Abyss now?
for all your lawful evil needs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outcast.
Find me at the Three Goats.
I'm gonna make a bag for that, Don, just so you know. So like Bob's Burglary Barn bag, I'm gonna make a Mubco West Crown bag
Mubco.
for all your lawful evil needs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they have some and they're wearing armors and spalders and things like that. None of it is magical. They don't have anything. I mean, these guys. I don't. There
were some spellcasters. Did they have anything on them? And what about the big giant?
Okay, there was a couple of spellcasters. One, I want to say here, a couple of them skedaddled. So a couple of those guys lit out. But yeah, they did.
There was a spellcaster up here.
Yeah,
that passed out potions of healing to these guys. There was.
Yep.
There's one down here somewhere, but I don't remember where. And then there was another one up here. Actually, that one right there is the one that's like, I think Farina stuck her to the wall.
Yeah, she
her body
flat out got her. So hold on, let me get that.
Flashheart,
Yes,
probably
sir.
wouldn't be a bad idea for you to do detect evil and do almost like a radar sweep.
I think that's a good idea. So, Gato, if you don't mind watching my back while I do it, I will sweep this room from north to south, the lesson. So
Well, it's an angle, so basically just stand where you're at and just turn a circle slowly. And
you're right, it's directional, right? It's not
it's directional, so just stand there and really just turn in a circle. And
I will do my Julie Andrews, put my arms out and spin slowly.
So how far does that reach?
60 feet.
The hills are alive.
All right, so something like this.
And when you do get a moment, Les, can you also put me back to normal size?
Oh yeah.
Or
Down.
So, all right. So you're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. That's very off-putting. So you sort of like pan around, and you do. So most of these people, all of these people radiate a certain amount of evil, even though they're dead, and that evil is leeching away as they sort of go to see Pharasma and get sorted out. There's still a lot. They've only been dead for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about strong
news sources.
strong news sources or live sources.
So this is not our first rodeo. We know how to detect evil from the dead to the living.
Okay, so
or the living dead.
You do not detect any evil to the south that is live. You look to the north. That statue up here, way up at the top. I don't know. You can see that.
Yep.
Can I?
Right up here.
Okay.
That statue radiates a fair amount of evil. That's a statue of Baphomet, and it radiates evil. So
I'll be up to deface him and sanctify him shortly.
Well, so you wonder if it's not. Since it's radiating evil, you wonder if it's not radiating something else. So running up to it might be problematic. You do get a general sense of evil from. So you're looking to the south.
Mm-hmm.
as you pan around to your left, which is to the east, you do get a sense of evil up to your left and up.
So,
But
1
it's
o'clock, 2 o'clock?
diffused.
the northeast,
2
basically.
o'clock from where he's.
Yeah, 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah, about 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
but up, 2 o'clock high.
2 o'clock, I got it.
You're getting a sort of diffuse sense of evil. You're not sure. I mean, you can't make it out if it's creatures or something else. It's not moving, as far as you can tell, but it's diffuse. It's not like if you're in a room with an evil guy and you detect evil at this guy, he comes off as an evil. I mean, you can pinpoint him. This is very sort of diffuse and hard to sort of pin down.
So it's either like an evil creature or maybe like an aromatherapy boutique or something.
Could be, yeah, some sort of multi-level marketing person.
Yeah.
No way to tell.
It's hard to say.
Chuck, I got a laugh out of Chuck. That's good. He's so quiet. All right, but beyond that, I mean, to your right, off to the west, some evil maybe. It's so blocked. There's so many walls. It's hard to even tell.
So to the left, what do you mean to like the 9 o'clock hour?
Yeah, it's a nine-ish, 11-ish. There's something back there, but I mean, there's so many walls. You figure there's so much interference.
All right, so we're gonna powwow real quick here and tell them that there are a lot of evil options here, but this statue up north is definitely radiating evil, and I'm not sure it's gonna be a barrier I can cross. We need somebody who's a little less more morally flexible, maybe, to go check it out. My eyes will slip over to Gatto, and then then I will give everybody the thing that I'm getting a good strong vibe, definitely the direction of where we think the brain creatures might be. So that might be our most immediate threat to deal with beyond the statue. And then there's some general evil, to the west. But it sounds like it's farther away at the moment. Are those stairs just above me, Les? Are those stairs right there?
Sorry, I was looking at something else. Yeah, those are stairs up, and they're still you mean to the north?
Right here.
Yeah, those are stairs back down. So you can sort of see them from that. So the stairs that you're standing on go up, and the barricades are sort of at the end of those stairs. That's where the Templar archers were. And they were shooting down at you guys in this area here.
So when we came in here, we were thinking this was like a cave, but this is like a full-on fortress in here.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's definitely carved. I mean, you think of like Petra, right, where it's carved in the wall,
right?
And you go in and it's all carved and it's like regular rooms, but you come back out and it's like a cliff wall. That's what this is. I mean, it's like Petra.
Okay. All right.
So outside where the sand is, where Farina and Bardos are, is sort of like natural canyon, right? But it comes to this door here where the portcullis was, and then it's like interior fortress carved. It's actually quite.
I want to powwow Lothar real quick too and say, what do we need to do with all these bodies? Do we need to make sure they don't come back to haunt us in some sort of way?
Load of bodies here.
I'm gonna pile and burn them.
Yeah, that might be best, but some of these things are pretty big. We're gonna have to maybe we can get Fletcher to rip them in smaller pieces.
So 2 items that I want to bring up. One, you have not seen, heard from, or frankly, you don't think you've even encountered Xanthir Vang yet. So he's somewhere lurking about. You're not sure, maybe fomenting a counterattack. 2, several of the Templars that ambushed you managed to escape. Now, some of them went...
We saw them run to the west, right?
Right. Some of them went in this direction right here.
So we don't know if this complex has multiple entrances or not, but we know where the main entrance is.
So some of them went that way, and then some of them were outside. They retreated and then disappeared. So you're not sure if they managed to run back over to the secret entrance, which you think you found, or what, but they are not outside now. Or like you can't see them outside now.
Okay.
And you have 3 rescuees.
Yeah, we need to get there.
Frankly, I'm a little worried about.
We need to get them back to Dresden.
Yeah, but Dresden's like a week walk. Dresden's far.
As of tomorrow, Dresden. How many of those hexagons is it away?
Let's have a look.
I think it's 4.
So you guys are here.
Okay.
It's more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
It's 6.
6 days.
So
You
I
could
can't-
probably go fast. You could probably do it in 4 if you didn't, you didn't stop.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I can't do it today, but tomorrow when I can bring Storm back, Storm can cover 2 of these in a day or 2 of these in an hour.
Right.
So, what you're thinking of just like piling these guys on and sending Storm off to Dresden, take them away.
Right. And here's the thing. We only need to do the trip there. Because I can, once she gets there, I can dismiss her and then resummon her within a minute back where I'm at.
How would you know when she got there? I guess you're connected, right?
Yeah,
As long
they've
as
got
she's on
Unagi.
That's right.
Just
do.
time it.
What's that?
Just kind of imagine the timing of it, and then if you screw up while she's still flying a mile in the air, and
I'll be like, I think she should be already there. She's like 300 feet in the air, and these guys are flying along with her, and all of a sudden, boom, she disappears. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
But even then, I mean, you can't summon her back until tomorrow.
no.
Right. I can't summon until tomorrow, but once I dismiss her normally, I can summon her back within a minute.
Anytime, yeah.
But yeah, today I can't bring her back
Right.
at all.
I think I still missed the answer to that. Are we here? Like, I know there's other things we found. There's neat little side plots, but weren't we here for a book? I thought.
No. Well, we found Bartos's spell book. But
Yeah,
no,
we're here
It
to.
was just laying out there, and you haven't opened it yet because it radiated some magic that you weren't sure what it was. You think it's trapped.
Yeah.
I think we're here to
Well, it was laid out in the
fight to
open
Xanther
for
Vang
us.
before he brings it to us.
Oh, I thought it was something about finding that city.
Well, I'm sure they'll have information here.
But that's
How much-
second.
How much healing do you have left?
That was secondary. Finding any information about the city was secondary.
Are you talking about the Abyssal City?
Yeah.
Okay. The one that'll.
How much healing do you have left?
I have.
Arushale talked to you about?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Alushanira.
Alushir, something like that.
Alushira.
Where the hell is it on this sheet? Good
Everybody's name, cities, succubuses, their names all begin with A.
Okay, I have 6 more bursts. I have 3 third level spells. I have 4 second level spells. I have a bunch of first level spells, but Cure Light's not going to do much.
Wands, potions.
No, I'm out of 4th. I have 2 5th, but there are no cure spells in 5th. So I can. One of them is a a heal spell,
None of
But
the dead people had any potions on them?
but I can't convert the other 5th level to a healing spell.
So the magus,
The one
the
with.
sorceress, the witch, yeah, she had a couple of potions of Cure Serious, and the one that Farina shot had 3 potions of Cure Moderate.
What about the one I killed?
That one that she had been handing out potions, right? So she had one.
No, this was the one that was hidden in the room.
Oh, that was hidden in the room. So she did not. I don't think she had.
handed out some.
Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, the one that was up over here. But
Yeah, she has 2 Cure Serious. That one. The one that Farina shot had 3 Cure Moderate. The one you killed in the room didn't have any potions of. If I recall correctly, she didn't have any potions of healing. She did have some. Oh yeah, so she had a potion of gaseous form and an oil of slipperiness.
Anybody want those?
I'm putting them in
Yes.
the party booty right now.
But yeah, I mean, you get the impression that these guys expected their ambush to work and didn't
Well, as
necessarily
opposed to
bring
most people do them and expect them not to work.
Right, exactly. It was like, we're doing an ambush, but it's probably going to screw.
I kind of expect ours not to.
Yeah, that's why we just don't ambush. We just do full funnels.
Well, I mean, so there's a bit of time pressure here too. I mean, you guys are, they might be fomenting a counterattack. You guys have been, things have been quiet for several minutes, but you do know that several of the Templars got away. You do know that Vang is still at loose. You don't know how many more of these creatures he has. I mean, they just seem to like pop in
okay, those big dudes
occasionally.
are freaking nasty.
Flashheart, you ready?
For Kicking indoors.
I mean, yeah. What do you want?
I'd
What do
say
you guys want
after-
to do?
I'd say at most we've got one more encounter in us, and then we have to find a way to rest.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not too keen on. I have barely any
Oh,
any heals left. Can you hear me?
yep.
Yeah, I lost everyone for a second, but I'm back now.
As far as my
Behind
spells, I've got a little less than half of them left.
I have all my spells left.
We
Oh,
don't have
none.
we don't have Gordon or Jennifer yet, so
Right.
we want to wait on them to kick in a door, or
No, we want to go this way.
okay.
That's what they told me. I mean, it's just a good idea.
Just wait to the trap.
It said, get them to come this way.
Yeah.
We'll start the oil boiling.
Done.
But like I said, I'm also really nervous because we've got 3 squishies with us that are more squishy than we are.
Yeah, done, definitely.
Did we heal them up at least minimally?
I didn't heal them at all. I can't heal. I gave
I'll be
the
right back.
guys food and water.
Oh, all right.
Oh shit!
Whoa, you okay?
Our DM died.
Do we call for help?
We're all getting artifacts if he doesn't come back in the next few minutes.
I get the head of Vecna.
After all that, he's just making another trick.
Head of it.
So the brain things concern me. But
Yeah.
and the other thing is the only person we'd want to send against them would be Flashheart. I wouldn't want to send any of our other fighters against him. Just because I think he's got the will save that could actually
Yeah.
respond to stuff like that.
Does anybody have protection from evil?
I do.
I actually do have that. It was one of my spells.
Oh wait, it's protection from good. Sorry.
Because
I can cast that a couple times.
that would help.
And yes, I also have protection from evil.
You probably save yours for heals.
Well, again, it's a first level spell, so it's just saving it for pure light.
We want that arena.
I wanted it for Fletcher too.
There was something that was interfering with my AC last time. Is that gone now? I'm trying to remember what that was.
The web maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Gordon.
That web's all burned up.
Yeah.
Hey, Gordon.
Hey, Gordon.
Yeah. Sorry we're late.
Nah, no worries. So tell us about Morgan's new boat.
Oh, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he works at the airport with her. TSA.
Oh, nice.
What kind of character do you like to roll with?
You don't ask that on the first dinner.
Not a gamer that I know of. We played up and down the river though, card game. He did good with that.
Well, we'll fix him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll fix them.
We fix
By
it?
fix, we mean mess them up.
Guest Star Gateway, some choose your own adventure books, and then you work your way here.
Choose your own. So the everyone was talking about what to do next.
Yeah,
So-
we're basically taking inventory on our somewhat beat up and bedraggled party. Whether we start kicking in more doors or go take a nap.
We're still totally separated. It looks like. Are we all coming back together? Or?
Everybody's kind of coming back together. Yeah,
Flash
returning
wanted to go this way.
to the scene of the crime.
I've detected evil on Gato several times. It seems
Les?
okay at the moment.
Yeah.
there,
I have control of the
Farina.
squishies, or at least move them over.
Yeah. Let me take care of that for you.
Yeah, we were talking about taking a rest in Farina's little place she's got to hide. Right? Are we still doing that, or is there other
Well,
stuff going on?
The only concern I've got with that is we're in a place with a mage that can almost seem to see you at will.
Right.
So I'm thinking if we do that, they're going to know where we're at and how to get to us.
Doesn't that
Well,
push you to
No,
another
we
plane?
set a watch. Yeah, we set a watch like we always would, right?
Yeah. I thought that was undetectable though. Those plane things. Isn't it like another plane, Les?
Yeah, it's a pocket dimension.
Well, this one is a pocket dimension, but it is detectable. It has a trap door.
Right.
It's
So-
a door that can be locked, has a hardness and all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you
That
talking about my little
It
house?
wouldn't be
Yeah.
Yeah.
hard for some big demon.
My
to
little
get
house
through.
underground? You
Yeah.
can't find it if you look for secret doors and
Like-
stuff. Though.
Little
Trapdoor
house
spider.
in the prairie. But yeah, but it is detectable, and frankly, these guys already have conducted one ambush against you guys. It's feasible that if you guys just plop underground, hide out for 8 hours, that gives them a lot of time to set up whatever they're going to set up.
Yeah, don't we really have to do that though now? I mean, we don't have storm, spells are all gone. I mean, we got to take a break at some point.
Like I said,
Well, Lothar still has 6 bursts. I say go for it.
I still have a few spells, but not a ton.
yeah, my spells are about a little over half gone.
Like we haven't faced a big bad. We still got these brain creatures up to the north, east, and who knows what else is still lurking around here. here.
I mean, my gut feeling tells me we got the bulk of their
Kind of how I feel too.
with this ambush.
Yeah, if they do ambush, this later, we can look around here and say at least some of these guys aren't coming to the victory parade.
Well,
They're
that at
flying
least
around, piles
your
around
guess
us.
is that from what you've seen is that at least 5 to 8 Templars have escaped. You haven't seen
Well, actually, yeah, we knew there was a bunch outside, and
there was like a half dozen outside at least.
And yeah, none of those big gates and none of those
they just vanished.
They vanished, so they're in here somewhere. I think they went through a secret door to get back in here.
Do we know if there's any teleporting creatures that we're aware of?
Most high-level demons.
You haven't seen anybody teleport in, but you also haven't seen any. I mean, other than that one demon that Lothar put the kibosh on pretty hard, you haven't seen any demons.
All right. I mean, they can't have that many demons hanging around, can they? The question is, do we barricade ourselves in a room?
There was one up here when we first came in,
which Lothar paid to.
There
was one that wandered through the web, right?
Lothar, that was a construct. Yeah, so those things aren't demons. You're not sure what those things are. They're effectively constructs. They are extraplanar, but they're not demons. They're not abyssals.
They registered as evil outsider, though, right?
They register as evil outsider and constructs. Your normal abyssal demon definitely will register as evil outsider, but which these did, but they're not constructs. These were constructs of some sort.
Well, one's still sitting here, right?
It's still laying there, yeah. It did not disappear. The other 2 that you fought disappeared when you.
Yeah, those were summoned. This one was not, or at least not summoned the normal way.
It wasn't summoned in the normal way.
I would actually like to dismember this thing since it's part construct to make it very difficult for someone to
repair it,
reuse this, or rebuild it.
Fletcher would be happy to help with that.
Elendar would be happy for him to do something about that.
What does everybody think? Should we do a vote? Sleep or carry on?
I say sleep and barricade ourselves either in your pup tent, your trapdoor pup tent, or we in a room and we set a watch like normal. And if they make their move, they make their move, and we have to deal with it. But that's
Don, what do you think?
I would vote to keep going.
Chuck?
Yeah, I would press on.
Mike?
I'd probably say rest, but if we do press on, I'm going to get very vocal that I say one more encounter and then we rest. So
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Gordon?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Maybe we should try to pursue the where the earth elemental got lost and see if we can get a back door into this place. Maybe find a.
well, whatever was there instantly got rid of the earth elemental. So it's not like a few Templars hacked at it until it was gone. It was like instantly gone.
Right. Which, I mean, an earth elemental is not. I'm not a great summoner, so that's not a huge. Taking out an earth elemental isn't a huge deal. That was summoned by Bardos.
Was it small, medium, large?
This one was medium.
Medium.
It was medium. Yeah.
Okay.
It was medium,
like,
and I've got the augmented summoning. So.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, I did it, and it was slightly tougher than.
But it was like what, 30, 40 hit points, something like that.
I think about 40. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Dan or Farina could take that out in one round.
Right.
Oh.
but they're not normal.
Abby something.
Happy something. So, I mean, if
Have you got something against half elves or something? What's going on?
Me personally?
No,
Yes.
no, the guy that just called us abnormal.
Oh, okay.
I am a half elf.
yeah, he is a half elf.
No, it was you, Mike.
I can
I
guarantee
just
he
started
is
it.
definitely
I'm
half-assed.
drow elf, so I'm all elf. So,
Well, let's press on. If it goes horribly wrong, then Matt can say, I told you so.
Hey, Les, does Bardos have an idea where he's at now? And this is where he was kept, right? Where we're at?
No, this is not where you were kept. I mean, Frank, so you guys are in, so that room there, you don't recall ever seeing this room. The place you were in was more circular, more like a laboratory. This is not a laboratory. This is more like an entrance hall. You don't recall, when you were here, you don't recall ever seeing it, even during your escape.
And when I escaped, when I teleported out first, I did see like an overview of the stronghold, right? So I would have an idea, like if there was a tower and.
Yeah, there's no. So it's essentially built into a mesa, right? So you have this. So you have this the sort of the world wound surface, and then you have these canyons that sort of went around. Now you've been in these kind of canyons before, up by Dresden. You used them to sort of sneak up on the thing. As you were coming from Canebras to Dresden, you used them to move northward through the river valleys and stuff like that. There are these canyons here. The way I characterized it earlier was like Petra, where you go down in the canyons and suddenly you find yourself in front of this carved, sort of fortress that you go into. And that's essentially what you went in. You came through these canyons, you encountered the basilisks, you beat them, and then you were able to sort of go in past the minotaurs and the portcullis, or as Troy Lavelle would say, the portcullis, and get into the thing. At which point they sprang the trap. They were waiting for you inside to get inside so that they could block you and attack you. Now you managed to destroy that, but you're still inside what is essentially an underground fortress carved into a canyon of stone. Does that make sense? Okay.
Nice.
So go north. Is that what everybody's thinking?
Go north, young man. North and east, I think, is where the brain bug. Sorry, brain bug is not the right term. The brain-related creatures that the other prisoners warned us about. So, less. Would it be easier to go this way, or is it easier to go this way? I guess the door that we're talking about, he told us not to go through, was here, right?
No, it was like way in here. It was like inside that prison area. So as you sort of peer across these barricades, which are still in place, by the way, the Templars that escaped from the pyramid went in the direction of this this green arrow. Now, in the direction of the red arrow, you think, and let me just go ahead and draw a red arrow.
I'm missing a red arrow?
Yeah.
Down south.
There it is.
Yeah.
In the direction of the red arrow, you think you saw one of the Templar mages run through there. Now, if you look down here, at this point, this is the door. Whoops. Shit. This is the door.
Are we supposed to be seeing over there?
Yeah. See
through the red arrow? No, through your red arrow.
Yeah, that door is open. So if Fletcher is peeking around there, you can see into that room because that door is open.
Okay, that's a pile of bodies or something.
You'd have to have Fletcher do a perception check.
Okay.
Now down here is the doorway to the prison, and they said don't go north because that's where the brain creatures are.
All right.
So
this door here is still
nails
closed,
the
right?
perception check. So he's looking over. Yeah,
There's stuff over there.
There's stuff over there. It's dark. It's hard to see. But
Looks like it's laundry day.
it could be bodies. A pile of them.
Farina's
All right.
going to send Otto this way just to smell and see if he smells anything.
way?
Otto definitely smells.
Does he smell anything
Been
other than the
rolling
dead pile of bodies?
Give me an Ottonian perception check.
Flashheart, is there anything you want me to do as Gato?
Yeah. Would you mind checking the prison doors down here? Just see if you can listen to the doors, hear anything.
They were open. You guys got in there.
Oh,
Yeah, I
these
got
are
it.
open.
I got them busted open with the airlock.
Okay,
This door is still closed. Okay. Okay, cool. So
It's the
somewhere,
tour.
But
Yeah.
these
somewhere
doors
this
here.
way.
So that's the
Yeah.
northern doors that
That's not
the,
to go through.
the Crusader prisoners told you don't go through there. The brain creatures would come in, grab them out of their cells, take them away. They could hear the sounds of torture and murder, and nobody ever came back.
Great.
And then they would open occasionally the doors would open, they would see blood and all this other stuff.
Can you do a little sleuthing over there and shriek if a brain bug comes popping through?
Is that what you want?
I would like you to at least listen to the door and report back. Don't risk yourself. If we're whatever way we go, we need to have at least set a watch behind us too, so that nothing sneaks up on us, because we have potential enemies from multiple directions.
Yeah, you don't know where those Templars went. You don't know where Vang is. You don't know any of this.
All right, so let's we got to stay together and.
Door's closed right now, right? The portcullis.
No, it's wide open.
Shall we close it? Does that make sense?
Less?
I think it makes sense, unless we need to beat a hasty retreat. But I
There's
think
no, so 22 perception. There's no trap on the door, and you do not. I'm going to ignore the 29.
Okay. Is it
There's no
locked?
trap on the door. It is not locked.
I open them.
Did you look it Otto?
And as I open them, I turn back to see that I am completely alone in this room.
Yes, you do.
And I thought the paladin specifically said, "Don't go opening."
All
any
right, so they
doors."
open separately. Which one do you want to open? The right side or the left side?
Left side.
Okay. The first
I
thing.
feel like we saw that room.
the Monty Hall of Dungeon Masters here. Would you like door number 1 or door number 2?
The first thing that you see and smell is blood. You see blood all over the floor. The first thing you see is a dead guy, very dead, in pieces over there at the sort of against the wall. Sort of just, it looks like he was thrown there. Very curiously, the top of his head seems to be missing, as well as the contents of his skull seem also to be missing. Bit of
They
a
sucked out his brain.
bit of a cup there, but the whole top is gone.
The whole top's gone. They just took it.
They just took it.
Chilled monkey brains, a
That's what you
delicacy.
see. Yeah, a Faces of Death reference. Excellent.
Well, that was a Temple of Doom reference, but
Oh, okay. You go inside and you see.
Well, I moved to that side of the door and I used a 25 stealth.
Okay. 25 stealth. All right. So you see a couple of more things. One, there's a body very close. Well, not very close. I mean, there is a there's a body. Your gaze is transfixed because there is a table in front of you, shaped like a sort of like a cross.
Kind of like a cross.
Yeah, and on it is strapped down what looks to be a person, very much in the same sort of condition as the prisoners that were released from the thing. Long beard, long hair, crusader sort of thing. His sort of torso has been splayed open. As if Dr. Wagner did a autopsy on him, and further, his head has been sawed off here. The entire top is missing, and his brain is gone. There's a fair amount of fluid and biological trash on the floor all around there. Whoever did this did not care too much about cleanliness. However, as you sort of peer in, you see, as you sort of look to the right, you see a woman standing up against the wall. She's wearing sort of like robes and has, longish hair. And she sees you, and, she gets sort of a curious look on her face. And then she reaches out and touches you on the shoulder.
Great.
I whispered to her, "I'm on your side."
I'm on your side.
Whatever side that is.
She touches you with enervation.
Ah, crap.
There's no saving throw, but she has to hit. What is your touch AC as her hand reaches out to grab you on the shoulder?
32.
32 touch AC?
Okay.
Shut the hell up.
Maybe 17.
That was a month.
Yeah. No touchy.
17.
He's
17. She has a +3 on her touch roll. So here we go. This is a big deal for Gatto. So here we go. Ready? Oh no! 1 level of negative energy damage. You lose a level, and you are just. It's like she reaches out and she grabs your shoulder. At first, you're like, "Who are you?" She grabs your shoulder and she's just like, "Ah." And this is like it's like reverse black lightning sucking the life out of you. You could feel it like going into her arm, and you're just like as your breath is taken away as she's sucking away a level of your so you have one negative level. She pulls her hands away, and you see her hands begin to glow again as she reaches forward to you.
Run!
Shall we roll for initiative?
I don't like her.
How'd you end up in there by yourself? How'd that happen?
Yeah. No risking yourself.
Who's running away
Get
from
the initiative thing up there, and then we'll start rolling.
All right.
Okay.
Well, so the rest of you really don't. Hold on, let me purge all
Want to
these.
clear it out first?
Yeah, let me clear it out.
Can we, before we start this combat, could we literally stack some of the dead bodies off to the side?
Sure,
just so
why
we
not?
can get them cleaned up.
Well, so yeah,
I
you
don't
can take
think
your
I don't
time
think I
with
can
it.
grab them. I don't think I can grab them. I'd be happy to do it, but like on the other side of where Lothar's standing, I think we'd stack them up over here so we could have some clear paths of combat if needed. Flashheart could be busy doing that while Gatto's getting his life force drained away.
Is that Farina laughing?
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
wasn't. I detect evil on Farina.
I never trusted that guy.
No. Every time Gordon rolls initiative for Farina, I get like a 7. And I went to roll his initiative, and I gave him the chance to roll it himself. I didn't think he'd take it. He almost did, and then he reached out and decided he wanted to.
All right, is everyone in?
I have not. I'm sorry. I forgot. I haven't rolled.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
hang on.
Flashheart.
I'm sorry, guys. All right. No buffs, right? We're all.
Oh, sorry, that
Vanilla.
was initiative.
Ugh.
Wow, really?
Ow.
There's my. I wanted.
Take that.
I want to back clean up at the end there. Apparently.
How'd Fletcher get 2? I like your second one better, Fletch.
But the first one was perception.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong little button.
Flashheart's the molasses paladin.
And you need to add Gato. Because he did the little thing when he first rolled, but then you cleared it with the rest. He's got
Oh, did I?
29.
Gatto,
Yeah,
what did you get?
29.1.
Okay, where is that?
9.1. Start date 29.1.
Which is why he cleared it.
No.
Uh-huh. It's like, we're not having
Maybe.
that.
You get 29. Oh,
How do you get
plus
10?
10? He's got plus 10.
I'm plus
Say-
10.
28.1.
29.1.
So 18.1. Got it.
One below her. How'd that happen?
All right. So, we're in a position where people don't know very much. So, Gatto, you're essentially on your own
Thank
back
you.
there. You've just been enervated by her. She's gearing up for some other thing. One of the things that you see as you see this glow, this reddish glow in her hands, as you can see, she smiles and you can see like 2 incisors. They start out normal, and then they start to glow.
Might
They
be a
grow.
good time to call for help, Gato.
Yeah.
But it's your turn.
Run away.
Full withdrawal and yell for help.
So full attack.
Yeah.
And you're gonna grapple her.
He's
Is
gonna
that
grapple
Is that what I
her,
heard?
going for the bear hug.
Okay. So full withdrawal. Go ahead.
Okay.
I need a nap.
All right. Well, the molasses paladin I think is going last, right? So I don't have any. I will avenge you. I will avenge you when I get a chance.
I will avenge you. So you scooted back.
So
out
he's
this-
already dead?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
By the time Flash Shark goes, he will be.
So you guys, so you see him scooting out of there, and
Vampire!
Fletcher, where are you?
Can I
Farina,
assume
what
I
mean
heard
by
that?
Is that there might be a vampire somewhere in that other room.
Yeah, I mean you're only about 30 feet away. Frankly, give me a perception check just to make sure. I mean you might be focusing on the giant pile of bodies.
Yeah.
Plus Gato is oh yeah, you definitely hear him.
Les.
Yeah.
Before we get into combat, would you mind dragging these bodies or give me access so I can drag these bodies over to the pile over here?
I don't know that you had time to drag him out.
That's what I said I was busy doing over there.
Oh,
while,
okay. So where
Gato
are
was
you
heavy.
dragging him to? I'll just move him.
Underside of Lothar, right here.
Okay.
Just to give us a clear vision of what we're dealing with as we. Thank you. And then at some point we can set fire to the pile.
That's really nice. You just said fun.
Chicken in, Matt, because I love the fact that you're cleaning up. It's been driving me nuts.
It's making me crazy. And Fletcher has that background where he's got his red cloak on, so he blends right into the casualties.
This battlefield is
Always
very
part of the
untidy.
plan.
All right, so you weren't able to move the Minotaurs, and you're definitely not able to move the Construct.
That's all right. All right, that's fine. What about this guy here?
I'm moving him.
Okay.
Oh, you want to move that guy too?
Yeah, baby. Clean it up. I'm a military man, right? I gotta clean up my avenues of
Yeah,
attack.
there's some tidiness. No, that's the other room. You haven't gone in there.
These bodies, I'm standing right next to them. These right here.
Well, no, there's a wall there. These guys you can move. You would pull them down the stairs and move them into the giant body pile.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
If Fletcher was still big, you would just have him rip the construct in half. And,
Do you get an advantage for
that
being
means-
OCD with your character? Because you should get it.
So disadvantage, yes, because he's flipping the light switches on and off every 2 seconds. But all right, so Gato comes running out into the room. Let me move.
I go running over to him and get ready to guard him. Where's the vampire?
Down that way.
Joke. That's my move.
Show me on
Okay.
this dolly where the vampire touched you.
Farina, where are you and what are you doing?
Okay, so Otto rolled a 19, I think. Just trying to track whoever that you said a mage went that way.
Okay.
And I was following them right here.
So Otto's not sure he smells any mage. What he does smell is a shitload of dead people. There's a lot of corpses. So that thing right in front of him is a pile of bodies. There's probably 8 to 9 bodies in there. You're not really looking at it, so you can't see what he sees, but they're definitely dead.
Okay, and I heard the call for vampires. Oh, God, I did it again.
Give me perception. Real quick.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Ooh. Boy, that is definitely improved. I've completely lost our screen because I'm a moron. There we are.
Okay.
And I rolled 38.
38. Wow. Okay. So you're over there by the thing. You peek around just to sort of see where Otto's kind of like. You see Otto sort of sniffing around over by the doorway there. You see that pile of bodies pretty clearly, and they all have the tops of their heads removed, and their skulls have been emptied. There's no brain in them. It's like they've been changed into like egg cups, right? So this part from about here up has been sawed off and everything removed.
Nice.
And they're all just in a pile.
And then did I hear Gatto's call vampire?
You definitely hear Gatto's call of vampire. You also see one other thing. There's a table in there past Otto, which Otto isn't really paying attention to, but you can see from here. And you see what looks to be several brains sitting on the table.
Dinner is served.
Yeah, with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
They seem pretty damaged. Some of them are in pieces, but some of them are, more or less intact.
Okay. I am going to cast Acid Jaw. I'm going to go over and cast Acid Jaw on Otto.
Acid Jaw. Okay,
Acid Jaw.
And then I need to cast Bark Skin on myself, but I can't do both. So
Can't do both.
I had Acid Jaw once at this.
How long have you been in this combat?
It's Acid Maw, actually.
Well, this particular combat just started. I mean, this is the first round, so you got. I mean,
well, I've cast.
But you don't know that you're even in combat. All you've heard is Gatto yelling out, "Vampire, vampire!"
Okay, what I'm getting at is I cast Bark Skin on me when this all started, and I have no idea how long ago that was.
The other combat.
Yeah,
How long does it last?
90 minutes.
90 minutes?
Still have it.
Yeah, you still have it.
Okay, all right. I still have it. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take my move over here, call Otto back over here, and I'm gonna cast Acid Maw on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going
Just jump
to
rooms.
knock an arrow. Well, I'll be working on that. That's
There's
it.
a wall right there. So he just jumps.
Oh yeah, he's got to be on the other side of that.
He's got to be right here. There you go.
Behind you. Yeah, there you
Yeah. Okay. He can
Pardon me.
Us
go.
two.
Let me draw that real quick. Just to make sure. It's sometimes hard to see where the walls are here.
I feel like this one's definitely been hard to see where the walls are.
Yeah, I agreed.
There's a wall right there. See the yellow?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a wall separating that room.
And
I
what are
think
the
it's
two
the
colored
green.
circles again, Les?
It's that green aura that's throwing it off.
The green, those are both Lothar auras, so that'll probably be various kinds of blesses and radiuses for healing.
I
Yeah,
guess
let's-
one's for a burst.
And they're still good.
Yeah, the green one's what again, Mike?
The green one is the
Whatever
area
he
that
bursts.
bursts.
Everyone inside.
burst. Okay. So nothing current, but that's where we'll be if we go
And
off.
the-
What's the blue?
The blue one is Magic Circle Against Evil, which is still active.
Still active. Okay, good.
Still active. Ooh.
Time to spoon with Lothar.
Then I'm gonna, since that's still active, I'm gonna actually have Otto meet me there. I'll cast Acid Maw on him and I'll hang out in Lothar's.
Magic circle.
Yes,
Okay, good. Bardos.
my move.
I cast
You're
acid
down
once
at
at a Sisters of
the,
Mercy
sort of in the
concert.
south. I mean, you have the rescuees off to your left. But Farina has been up on the stairs and she's looked in there and then she's retreated. You also hear, well, give me a perception check real quick. 27. You definitely hear Gatto come sort of running out there. Well, he hasn't run out, but you could hear him saying, there's a vampire.
And the construct is still laying in the middle of the floor. So that's,
Yeah, Flashheart couldn't move him. It's too heavy.
I would recommend we resize Fletcher so he could tear him in small pieces and toss him in the pile, but maybe later. I'm sure Dan would be down for that. Just ripping.
Sounds
limbs
like
off
more
this
fun than a vampire, anyway.
thing.
I'm not really seeing that I want to do anything. I'm going to move up by Ilendar. And I guess ask these guys, the prisoners, the ex-prisoners, what we're dealing with in this other room. What are the brain things they're talking about?
Okay, so you ask him what brain things are in it, and so one of them is sort of like non-responsive is the wrong word, but he's like, he's just like can't even really speak of it. The other guy sort of grabs his shoulder and says, "Look, they look like crabs. They look like giant crabs. I've never seen the like of them. They would come in, they silently, they would, and we would plead for our lives. We would try to talk to them. We would try to talk sense to them. And they would somehow choose one of us, rip open the cage and drag them out. And the door would slam and we would hear the screams of our fellows and then nothing.
Grim.
When they would come back in, we could see the open door. We could see the bodies of our friends laying there and their sawed off heads, empty of brains. And they look like brains a little bit. But that is why we call them the brain creatures, because they seem to be interested only in our skulls and emptying them.
Can I do a knowledge check, Les, to get more info on that?
You could, yeah. I mean,
Knowledge planes, knowledge arcana.
Try knowledge planes.
24.
24. You're not sure what they're talking about. Try knowledge arcana. You haven't heard of any planar creature that you think that is.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, nowhere there.
Natural one. Yeah, as far as you know, a crab-like creature that's interested in brains. I mean, it sounds like an aberration, but it's nothing you've ever heard of before. It doesn't sound like a planar creature. You're not sure what it is. But
right, I'll ask Ilendar if he has any idea, because I have no idea what it is.
Okay. You gonna move any more or anything like that?
No, I think I'm good right now. I don't know that I want to do anything else.
Ilendar.
With my turn,
Bardos asks you,
I'm gonna.
have you ever heard of these creatures?
I'm gonna shrug my
brain
shoulders.
creatures.
Say no clue, man. Remember, you're the smart one. But I will.
Not even gonna try.
What is it? The skill?
Knowledge planes, knowledge arcana. Either one of those might work.
Okay. Knowledge planes.
Yeah, you know a little bit about the planes, but
roll?
you've never heard about anything like this. This is a brain creature in the shape of a crab. Kind of looks like a brain, eats brains. You're it's like, what?
Yeah, that's with a 19. So
yeah,
that's the best I can come up with.
Okay, so you're just like when Bardos asks you about it.
I'll call over to Lothar and just confirm, is your protection from evil things still going?
Yeah, it lasts for 90 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to tell the two the two
Crusaders
guys, say, look, you guys need to grab her and stay right behind Lothar. Stay close to him. That will protect you guys.
grab the elvish princess. You're saying?
Yeah. The three of you need to be right behind him.
You guys gave them weapons last time, if I recall correctly. Okay, so they've got like their short swords or whatever you guys gave them in their hands. They picked
I'm just
up,
trying to make
maybe
it feel useful. I was like, okay,
yeah.
you guys,
And,
you want either side of her.
The one guy who seems more capable of speech, the one who's told you about the brain creatures, sort of reaches back. He's like, "Milady, if you would come with us, we'll protect you. We'll go with the priest there. Come with us." And she's like, "Of course, I'll be happy to." And they move forward towards Lothar.
I just put him like there,
around the edge of the
there, and there.
I'm just gonna put him over here, something like that. So they go around the edge of the pile of bodies that.
Okay. I just tell him to stay close to him unless he tells you to go somewhere, just because that'll help protect you.
You got it, mate. She's like, I will stay with, and she looks at the two guys and she's like, I will stay with you. I know that I trust that you two will keep me safe. Crusaders are known for their prowess at weapons, and I put my life fully in your hands. And you can see they almost blush a little bit. They're sort of proud to be sort of back in the fight. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, yes, we got you. And even the guy who's not really good at speaking anymore, is sort of like, you could see he's holding his short sword, and he's like, yes, and he sort of stands next to her, and he's not letting her go anywhere.
Sweet. I'm gonna. That's probably at least one of my actions is just to kind of
sort of coordinate
and get them over there. Other than that, I think just probably that and the conversation with Bardo is probably my whole action.
Okay.
I'm not moving anywhere. I'm hanging out with Bardo. So
Lothar of the North, Speaker of Erastil, Talisman of Good. What do you do?
I'm going to move here,
Okay.
which keeps everybody in the circle.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming that I heard the conversation about the creatures, so I was going to do a knowledge check.
Okay. What knowledge are you doing?
Planes? Doesn't
Knowledge
matter. It's
planes,
a terrible
yeah,
roll.
nothing. I mean, you've never heard of anything like this from a planar standpoint. Do you have any knowledge arcana or knowledge even religion, maybe?
I have religion and nature.
Try nature.
Could just spitballing here? Could it be an illusion?
Nope.
I mean, you've never heard of anything like this. Crab brain guys? Is that
Yeah.
even real? You're just like,
Could it-
Erastil would never let this happen.
Yeah. Could it be an illusion?
It's possible, but man, you saw a lot of dead. I mean, Gato would tell you he saw a lot of dead people in that room.
So somebody hungry.
And and Farina saw a table with brains on it.
I haven't really told him yet, but yeah, I did. It was gross.
Yeah, I did.
So that's
But
my
yeah.
move.
Okay.
Who's that nameless person? Is that your dude, Les?
Hold on a second. Yeah, that's me. Sorry. What am I gonna do? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Fletcher, you and Gatto, give me a quick perception check. All right, so both of you guys are standing there, and Gatto's like, there's something down there. It's a vampire. I'm pretty sure it's a vampire, blah, blah, blah. And then the next thing you see is that entire corridor fills with darkness. It's just like the light is sucked out of it.
Yeah, that's a
But that's the
vampire.
test.
right?
You can't see anything there. Gatto's like, oh, because he's partially in it. Fletcher, you're even partially in it. I mean, it's just black as the pit. It's like somebody turned out the sun.
Well, let's put that to the test.
Yeah.
Flashheart, you're up.
Yeah, all right. Les, I'm gonna go charge in next to what is he? Hang on a sec. I was going to charge farther, but it was pitch blackness unless I know it's can dissipate. I won't charge on, but I'm gonna charge in right next to Fletcher here.
Okay.
Well, wait. For some reason, I keep opening our conversation and not the actual. All right, there we go. I'm gonna turn radiance up to 11.
Okay.
Does that battle back to darkness at all?
It drives it back.
Right,
You
so-
don't see anything, but now you've got like dim light in here as radiance is like pouring light into the corridor. You can feel. I mean,
Evil this way, right?
yeah. I mean, you can feel sort of the pressure of this darkness against your sword, but radiance is more powerful and is pushing it backwards. And you hear a hiss from in that.
Big, reveal yourself, beast. Face your fate.
So that's what you say. Reveal yourself, beast. Face your fate.
Yeah, and then I will have my cloak billow menacingly behind me.
Fletcher's like, what are you doing with your cloak, man? What is-
I'm the one wearing the
Stop that. I
cloak.
can't
There's not
see
even a
anything.
wind in here, and it's billowing. What's up with that?
He's broke like the wind. All right. Gatto, you're up. So Flasher comes in, drives back that darkness with the power of radiance. So you're standing there. You can see. You don't see the woman that you saw.
I attack the darkness.
It's almost as good as attacking at the gazebo.
Yeah,
Probably
Gatto, what do you do?
invisible.
You gonna charge in there?
Invisible hide.
You charge in there, draw her out?
I move 30 feet, and I kind of see her.
All right. So you move down by the doorway to the Elvish's princess's room.
the princess is with us now, right? She's no longer. Yeah,
She is. Yeah, she's over
it
by
was her
she's over by
room.
Lothar.
I see her.
And then
That
I
was
moved
her-
there. I said, she's just on the other side of the door.
And then you
I
like
love it.
skedaddle out of the way.
Hell yeah.
All right. Is that a double move for you?
That's 2 movement actions.
All right, Fletcher, what are you gonna do? So he, so you see Gato run down to the door. She's right there, and then he runs back.
Which we should not have an attack prepared, apparently.
Well, I was never within range.
By
I
design,
stayed-
I have a feeling.
I stayed over here.
Can I take a standard action and still prepare a combat action?
Sure. I don't see why not. Well, no, if you're preparing an action, you have basically you sacrifice. It's like going on outfire. You sacrifice your turn.
I can't do that. Okay.
Yep. Charger. Come on, you know you want
No,
to.
I'm going to prepare an action. If
How many innervations could she possibly have?
reach, I will attack.
All right, where are you going?
I'm not going to move. I'm just going to prepare an action.
What? So
My turn. How about I do that? I pause my turn until after she goes.
all right, so you're delaying essentially.
Delay. Let's do that.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Farina, where are you? What are you doing? You saw those brains. You saw that pile of bodies. Otto came back out. You guys are within Lothar's circle of protection. What do you do?
So this is a wall right here, too, right? So the only only way into this area is to go through here.
Yeah, that door, the double door. Now those double doors are wide open. You can see Gatto, you can see Flashlight, you can see Fletcher. Well, I mean, kind of see Fletcher, but yeah.
God. It's a trap. I mean, it's a bad spot to get to.
Wasn't there more doors up by where Otto was to come down behind this thing, maybe?
Well, I mean, we don't really
Well, you can't
know
help but
that.
wonder if that's the way that she came in, because
Yeah.
you're not sure if maybe she was one of the mages that was helping these guys.
Oh, but I don't want to go up there by myself because I don't believe in splitting the party.
Yeah. I do believe in ghosts. I do believe in ghosts.
Fletcher and Flashheart are both engaged, so you're both in that room already.
We're looking mighty menacing. Mighty I can't even say
Our
it.
cloaks
All right.
billowing.
I'm going to send Otto in there with instructions to see if he can tell me where he sees her and to look for an opportunity to be a flank for Fletcher and Flashheart once they engage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to knock arrows and stand right here. And I'm going to put bark skin on myself.
You already have Barkskin.
Oh, that's right. We established I had it. No, then I'm
So
good.
you're looking down there. So you send Lothar down there to sort of try and tease her out.
I sent Otto down here because he can be
Oh,
my
I'm sorry, Otto.
eyes and tell me where she's at.
Oh, she's right behind that door, basically.
Right. Which now I know. And I'm going to tell that to Fletcher and Flashheart. And then I'm going to wait here with an arrow knocked. So in case she comes out, can I be on op fire?
Did you move?
I moved from here. I took a 5-foot step.
5-foot step? Yeah, you can be on Outfire.
I think that's where I was. Does anyone
So if
remember?
she comes out of there, so what's your Outfire plan? So you have to sort of set the parameters. It's like going on. It's like
as
it's
soon
like
as I
delaying.
see her, I let arrows loose.
Trigger.
All right. Yeah. So as soon as you see her, you're firing.
Yes.
Okay.
Does that give me an opportunity for my whole entire
It would be a single action.
a single action? Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done.
All right, Bardos, you're up. It seems to be a chess game. Everybody's moving around in different directions. People are saying there's a vampire here, there's a mage there. You're not sure what to do.
Split up.
I don't know that I'm going to do anything again. Let's see.
I told everybody where she's at. Everyone should know she's right behind that door.
Guess I'm going to cast Magic Circle against Chaos.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Never mind. I don't have that memorized.
All right, never mind. Not casting that.
No. Yeah, I'm just so low on spells, I don't know that I'm going to do anything. I think I'll just wait and
Pull your dagger.
I'll move up into this circle.
Okay, so you're moving closer to Lothar into the magic circle against evil.
Yep.
Ilindar. Ilindar, before you do anything, let me take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Come on up and join the hug circle. I've suddenly become quite popular.
I'm gonna say,
You've got a drum circle going, yeah.
How afraid of her are we? I can put an earth elemental behind her, but then there's no chance until that thing is done that she's gonna come out.
Are we even sure she's a vampire?
Right. I was about to
What
say,
else?
I was
What
a
else
lot more
was
nervous
animation?
until I noticed the artwork is the same as the artwork for the other mages. I'm not sure it's a vampire yet.
It's probably
Well,
a bait.
he said he saw incisors, glowing red incisors. Isn't that the mark of a vampire?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think our melee guys can easily dispatch this person. But if we're concerned, I've still got 4 more summon monsters I can do today.
Yeah, I would save the spells.
Yeah, I agree. We're so low on spells right now.
Okay.
Let the swords earn their pay. And their billowing cloaks.
Sorry about that. All right, Ilindar, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna, come up here and offer, moral support
Moral support?
on people. Hey, we got this. Go get them, guys.
Drowish moral support has got to be really good.
That's got to be something.
That's like moral support plus. It's like drows come up and are like, you guys got this, man. Just hang in
There they
there.
go. Don't touch me.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
We're not haste anymore, right? No more haste.
Well,
Oh no, I wouldn't think so. Okay.
Or blessed.
What did you just do, DM?
Nothing.
Shield of Faith. Shield of Faith has gone too, Les?
Yeah, I would think so. All right, so that was Ilindar.
I'm going to ask the
Lothar.
beautiful chick what kind of, she said she had some arcane abilities. I'm going to ask her what she's got.
Well, other than a very few sort of abilities. I mean, the first thing that Vang did was take my book of spells, and he has not returned it. I hope maybe to get it back. I've spent centuries on it, and I have all my spells, and I have a few very minor powers. I don't know how much I could be of use to you. Honestly, I think.
Oh, you're a wizard.
Well, I cast a few spells. Yes, it's true.
Okay. All right.
She's a very low-key wizard. If you lose your spell book after centuries of building it, she's pretty chill.
Well,
how about we
she's
ask her what she can do now, not what she can do maybe when she gets the spell book back.
What could she do now? I'm gonna have to look.
Well, without the spell book, she can't do probably jack.
Well, so she might have some other powers too. So, all right.
All I'm going to do is look around to see if I see anything else happening.
She says one of the boons that I have been given by my ancestry is that invisible creatures I can creatures invisible to others I can see easily and without any
Wow, that's a nice trick. You need to teach me that.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I also my elvish eyes see much. My perception score is quite high.
You tell her to keep her eyes peeled.
I might have that. The rod of my the rod of my ancestors, which I carried with me, and when I was captured, was taken, and it would also give me powers, but I don't have those powers anymore. Only when I have the rod. I can remember one spell a word that I can say that will stun enemies, but I don't know if it will affect any of these people. And I was reserving it for hopes that I might find an opportunity to escape, which never came. And so I carefully kept it. But I can speak a word in the Elvish language, which will stun creatures of lesser ability.
Okay. All right.
Much like getting hit in the head with an Elvish fish.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
Yeah. Those are the things that I can do. I can see the unseen, and I have one instance of where I can stun.
You can stun someone.
Yes. Or a group of someone's, potentially. If they are of low power. All right, it's Lothar's turn. Lothar, what do you do, man? Everybody is as you sort of post up next to this pillar, right? Next in between the two stair sets. And everybody seems to be moving closer to you and sort of getting in your circle. And it's like, where's Lothar? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go over by Lothar. I'm just gonna hang out here. So
Well, I can tell you that this new cologne was well worth it.
Oh yeah. You don't have an Axe body spray, do you?
And I'm going to stand here and keep looking around. So I rolled a perception of 28 just to make sure that while they're dealing with whatever they're eventually going to deal with down in the corner, that we're not snuck up on if possible.
28 perception check. I'm going to send you a quick message.
It's Donna's turn on the party, not Chuck.
All right. Okay. Just sent you a message, probably available to all.
Matt, are you asleep or are you just looking down and to your left?
I'm just looking down to my left. I'm just taking it all in.
Taking it all in. All right. Chuck, you see that?
Yeah, I'll let everybody know that I hear something in this direction.
Listen.
Direction?
Do you smell something?
Northwest, I believe. Yeah, northwest. I heard a voice, so be on alert. And I'll be right back.
Said all our fighters are this way. Let's stab them from behind.
Flashheart. What do you do?
Sir.
So Otto is standing in the corner of the room, and he's like, but no one has come out. And that darkness, you can still feel that darkness pressing upon Radiance from in there. What do you do?
All right, I'll look over to Fletcher and say I'm making my, give him the nod that I'm making my move.
Right behind you.
These doors are open, right?
Which doors?
Sorry, I keep trying to.
Yeah. Well, one's open. The bottom one is open. The other one is still closed.
And that's where Otto Farina told you that she's behind the closed door.
It's behind the closed door, yeah.
So I'm just not sure what a good attack angle is for that because I can't get could I go there and if she's there, take a strike or no?
Sure.
But
Does the door open in or does the door open out?
That door is open in. So that door is here. I'm going to get another. Open doors are orange. That door is open here. You guys see that?
Yeah, I don't really want to get levels drained, but I don't see a good way to attack unless we move.
She leaps at you, so she reserved an action herself. And she leaps at you as you turn the corner, so you will get your attack. But she also
there's no turning the corner. I'm just walking down and coming to the door.
Same principle.
All right, make your move.
All right, she
make your move.
Is going to grab you. So she needs to.
I don't get an attack opportunity. I guess she saved. Okay, got it. Okay.
Well, no, it's your turn.
Right. I'm just saying, I'm coming with a sword and shield directly towards her, and she's leaping at me. Doesn't she get the big pointy end of a?
So you want to attack and an attack of opportunity? No.
Yeah, I want 2 attacks of opportunity, then an attack.
Not going to.
And then a third.
15 hit you?
I'd like you to talk to my lawyer, Mike, over here. Did you say 13 hit me?
15.
15.
With 8 with
Touch
8,
AC.
touch AC, just touch AC, huh? Not
Yeah.
AC. Yes, that hits me.
That hits. Ooh, that would be vampiric touch. Your touch deals 1d6 points of damage per 2 caster levels. When she sucks it up into herself. So her caster level is, let's just take a look at that. 2d6 per caster level. Ouch. That's gonna leave a mark. Max, did it say max 10? 2 caster levels. Okay. So. All right, so yeah, so she grabs onto you, and you feel this like your energy draining out of you. It is as she vampirically sucks the Iomedean power from you for 16 points of damage.
Ow.
As it leaves your body.
Ow.
And she gains that from you. She sucked it into herself.
All right. My turn now?
She sucks.
It is.
Well, let's see if I can recover some of that with radiance jabbing into her torso.
All right. Take a shot. Take your best shot with radiance.
I'm outside all buffs, and yeah, there's no buffs in there. Okay, so 14. There we go.
Dang, son, that's a hit.
Okay. How'd that feel, evil creature?
She lets out a scream.
Oh, look, 15 points.
15 points of damage, almost the amount of points that she sucked away from you.
Unless this is before you go to Gato, this is when I'm going to act. So as soon as you're ready, let me know.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna act next.
Can I'm a specialist of evil creatures, right? Can I make a guess of what she is? Is she truly a vampire?
Give me perception real quick.
All right, I'll be happy to.
All right.
16.
16. She's not a vampire.
So
She's
Just
something
have a
else.
dental implant.
she's a goth.
Goth chicks are the worst.
Gotcha. Smoking a clove cigarette, playing a Cure.
As a frat boy nerd, goth chicks have always been on my desire
Goth
list.
chicks smoke clove cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fletcher, you roll in. You see Flashlight rush down there, and you see this like hand reach out and grab him, and he's like, something's happening down there.
I'm going to tell him, pull her out so I can put some arrows in her.
Okay.
Grapple check?
I'm thinking more like skewer and
Bull rush?
Yeah.
Nope. Just a whack on the head.
What are you using?
Yank her by her hair.
Hammer.
So you slip through there, break the so you blow through there and you knock away her hand from Flashheart's shoulder where all his energy was draining out, and you just come back around with your hammer.
He does his Kool-Aid move. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He would get an attack of opportunity.
She would?
Yeah.
Only for the square that was behind the door, so she couldn't.
But yeah, it was behind the door. That door's closed. It's still closed, so she was sort of tucked in, so she would not get an attack of opportunity there.
Okay.
Because the square you're thinking of, she would not have been able to hit him.
That one?
No, he went through. He went around. He passed between Flashheart and her.
Come on, Mike. Don't get bored. Come on now.
He went. That'll hit. He went through here.
Nice.
Oh, 40 points of damage. Seriously?
Seriously?
Is that real?
Hold on.
For reals?
It's meant to be 50.
Yeah. Taunt her too with your.
Oh, that was when I was enlarged. Sorry.
Oh, you better take that down then.
Make sure your cloak menaces billows menacingly. I can't even say it.
Uno momento. Sorry.
Fine.
Okay, four.
Because I sit to my leg, I just sit like this. It's very uncomfortable. Is that what that's for? You can see.
So while he's cooking the books, Jennifer, how do you like Morgan's new dude?
He's awesome.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a really nice guy. I hope he sticks around.
She deserves it. She deserves a good guy.
Yes, she does.
How's the little one like her?
A little one likes him because he's a sucker and buys her a unicorn everywhere they go.
Perfect. He's a keeper. All right.
Gordon's advice to her was say no, say it now, say it early.
So 34 points of damage. She has 32 left. So
And that was both magical and holy.
Oh God. All right.
Nice.
So Fletcher, Flashheart stabs her, and she's like, ah! At which point Fletcher's like, boom, boom, boom. He sort of like separates them, comes around, wheels around, gets her right in the side of the head with the hammer. That hammer goes partially through her head, but the kinetic energy is transferred to her head. So she goes flying into the door, hits the door like somebody cracked it with a battering ram. She bounces backwards and slides down in a puddle of blood. Her skull is misshapen like a partially deflated football.
Because head wounds bleed like crazy. So
yeah, so she's made a big squirt all over the place.
Are we out of initiative then?
Wait, I want to use spring attack.
What do you spring?
Not yet.
As a free action, I'm going to talk trash about her fate.
And I go back to Farina. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to pull her out.
Well, you can. It's easier now.
Gallo, you do anything?
Nice work, Fletcher.
Did you say we're out of initiative now,
No.
Les?
We are not. Remember, Lothar.
Heard a sound.
There's stuff behind us.
Voices.
Well, my plan all along, and since this all happens kind of simultaneously,
Has been to run away.
so I was going to get here, attack her once, and then move to here.
Well, she's a
All right,
prone
so
target
you,
now.
So you just like sort of like scoot past there?
Well, I can roll. I can go through friendly squares.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His original mission was to check out that room.
So spring
Okay.
attack was I was going to come running through here and attack her while I went by.
All right. Yeah. I mean, as you roll by and you see her sort of, you're running by at the same time that you see sort of Fletcher
just
pulling his hammer away, and she's just like falling to the ground like a giant bag of meat. You go past there and you sort of look, and then you look into the room, and all you see are those Crusader guys sort of on the floor. Yeah, and a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood in there. There's also a table off to the sort of left.
I'll get to there next round. This is
Okay.
it for my round.
Okay, sounds good. Farina, what do you do? You're standing there. You got your arrows knocked, and you hear Fletcher go, sorry, I can't pull her out. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Lothar has distracted me. I'm going to tell Otto to stay by that goofy half elf for now.
Keep that half up, is he?
You are you not?
Go.
I am a half elf.
You are? Oh.
And then
Happy.
I'm going to go over here. These people are all in my way.
Yeah,
Next.
Figure it out. Fucking figure it out.
I want to stand here, Les, on top of this where this dead body is.
No, you're not. You want to get on top of the body of the creature?
Well, I want to be able to protect these folks here.
Okay.
I guess
What
I can go all
the
way
folks
up
that
here.
are
I'll just
clustered
go all
around
the way up
Lothar?
here. I'll just go all the way up here. That's fine.
Okay.
And I'm going to crouch down underneath that wall a little bit, but I've got an arrow knocked.
All right. So you're crouching down on the wall. Give me a perception check. What'd you get?
2-9er.
29. All right. So you hear voices, surreptitious voices, like hushed voices. And the first thing you hear is, I'll dimension door behind them. You, stinking cloud, and follow up. And then we'll close the gap between them with a pincher movement. Sound good? Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, man. Okay.
It's like somebody needs an arrow in their ass.
Yeah.
But you don't, here's the problem. You hear them, you don't see them. You hear those voices are coming from down that hallway.
But I can't really see enough to see them. But she can. Can I ask her to come up on my turn and see if she sees them?
Who, Otto?
No.
Jerabeth?
Yeah, let's check.
What do you say to her?
Hey, we could use your help. I hear you. You can see invisibility, and I can't. I feel like we've got a couple mages, and I'm whispering now down to Lothar and hopefully Ilindar. There's a couple of mages up here plotting against us, and I can't see them to shoot them. Can you come and tell me if they're invisible or visible or where they're at?
I can certainly do my best. And she steps forward next to you, and like over there, you say?
And I point this way.
She peers over there. She goes, I don't see any invisible creatures down that hallway, although I think there might be someone around that corner to the north. I can't tell for sure.
Up in here?
No, like here. Wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where the voices are. They're down that hallway. They're not above you. I think I might see someone down there.
Okay, I share the notes.
They're not invisible.
Okay, I share the notes with Ilindar what they're plotting. I don't want to talk any louder, so Lothar and Ilindar are the only two I can really tell to get to the get the information on the flashback ledger.
I'm still taunting this dead body.
All right, so what do you? So, Farina, before we move over to the additional dead body taunts, what are you telling these guys? I mean, like exactly what do you say?
Basically, they're planning to cordon us in with Stinking Cloud in front, and they're going to use Dimension Door to get somebody behind us. Now, I don't know if they know exactly where behind us is, but
Their ambush is falling right into our trap.
yeah.
All right.
That's all I know, so that's what I tell them.
That's all you know. Bardos, what do you do?
Stinking Cloud. Yeah.
Let's see. Les, can you get me some small earth elementals ready?
No.
Oh, I only used a movement, right, Les? I still can do something?
That's true, yeah.
Can I ready a spell? Can you ready one will set off with certain conditions, like Opfire?
Not for a spell.
Okay, then I'll just wait.
How many earth elementals?
Don't know yet.
Oh, that's
just-
helpful.
It'll be anywhere from 2 to 5 of them.
2 to 5. Okay. Do we have a hit point amount on those?
13 plus 4, 17.
17. All right. You just let me know. So you're casting that spell this round?
I will be, unless
Okay.
something changes, but yeah.
All right.
Dimensional Acre, like, starts with the Dimension Door, right?
Send this guy up.
Lothar, you are standing there, and everybody's sort of clustered around you. And
I didn't go yet, Les, actually.
as far as I know, it's not your turn.
Oh, didn't you ask me to go? I thought I was after Farina.
No,
I
I
got-
think this is the bad guy going.
Wait.
I was on Opfire.
No, I think. Oh yeah, Bardos is before the bad guy. Go ahead. Sorry about that. I clicked twice, I think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up and tell
Is
Lothar.
that really a 15.1?
Yeah.
If it was 15.1, then that's before Bardos.
Not according to this.
If
So
it's a
Bardos go. It's fine.
one, then it's behind both of us.
I'm sorry.
No, it's the way it's lined it up is between. So let's do it this way. Trust in the machine. Trust.
I'm going to give Lothar fly just so he can get out of there if he needs to.
Okay, so you're gonna cast fly on Lothar. Okay, Lothar, you now have fly. Are you gonna do anything else, Bartos?
Nope.
Okay.
You really need to have like a Fly Like an Eagle song to go next to your Careless Whisper song.
Lothar, you feel Bardos' touch on the back and says, "You now can fly." And you're like, "Thanks, Lothar." But as you turn around, you start to smell an acrid smell, some sort of acidic something. You look down and you see on the ground, almost vaporing up out of the stones themselves, a cloud of acrid, sort of ammoniac cloud that comes out and engulfs you very quickly. I need fortitude saving throws from everybody that touches. As it is a stinking cloud. So it would be Bardos, Lothar, Ilindar, and the guy, one of the Crusaders.
I think it'd be a refreshing.
That's going to be +2.
+2, so 19.
Nice.
Correct.
What kind of saving throw?
It's
Fortitude.
fortitude. Four.
You think it'd be a refreshing breeze after all the blood and gore that's spattered around in this room.
And if it came from an evil creature, then mine's +2.
18, okay. Who else? Bardos and the Crusader. And I'll roll for the Crusader.
Where is the acrid smell coming from?
It just seemed it's like a giant cloud of smoke that seemed to appear out of nowhere. Lothar would tell you that it seemed to emerge from the stones themselves. All right, so you guys managed to get your hands up around your mouths, and while the nauseating effect of this cloud seems to be dampened for the three of you, the Crusader is not quite so lucky, and he falls to his knees, vomiting and coughing as he gets a big lungful of this stinking cloud and is just debilitated by it. Ilindar, you're still doing your this. I mean, you made your fortitude save, but it is uncomfortable. It will be difficult for you to continue to do your spell.
I have to get out of here. Yeah, so I'm moving to right there.
And you
So
can
I can peek around the corner.
All right, give us perception. 23. You see something over there. There's a person over there. You can't. I mean, you just barely see them around the corner. They're hiding around the corners. You think?
Okay. I am casting a spell.
Mm-hmm. What spell?
Summon monster. So I've got 3 small earth elementals.
Okay.
I want one there. One
Hey,
there.
well, this is the round that you cast it, so they're not here yet.
I'm a summoner. It takes me 1 action as opposed
Oh, that's right. I hate that about you.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
Every
All
character
right.
you play, he has something he hates.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is. Where do you want him?
All right.
Oh, good role playing.
Yeah.
one there.
Min-max.
Okay. What about the other 2?
One there.
Okay. Last
And
one?
is there a space north of that last one?
Yes. Oops. Okay. So the surround sound. All right. They are surrounding a woman dressed in red. Let me just give you a description of her.
I can't see anything over there.
Red.
She's dressed in red, and she has a headdress of spikes on her head. She was definitely looking down that way. They are surrounding her.
Okay, they're all going to swing at her.
Okay.
So wing da 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 da.
Go for it.
Yikes. Oh.
19, 13, and 16. 3 misses.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it for you? Or are you going to move? I mean, you already moved.
I moved to get up there. Just
all right.
to
So
see
yeah.
that, so.
So you're toast. Lothar, you are surrounded by this cloud of horrible smelling gas that has emerged from the stone. You suspect it to be something, and you're just like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, so I'm going to move over here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to draw my bow.
All right. Draw your bow. As you stand on the steps, you should see Bardos sort of still in the cloud. You've essentially abandoned the prisoners, one of whom is hurling. That's okay.
What happened to the princess? So she moved over there. Okay.
You do anything else other than moving?
Nope, move here, draw bow and knock an arrow.
All right. You can see. Give me a perception check. Down that hall, you can see a couple of earth elementals, but knowing Ilindar, you figure those are probably his. You can't see anything else down there.
Okay.
Can Farina see her?
Depends.
Depends on how well she rolls a perception check.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Which is me saying roll a perception check.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I just want to make sure.
It's not my turn. I'm just trying to figure out. So I'm prepared.
No, just go ahead and roll a perception though. 26. Yeah, so you're looking down there, and the first thing that you see is that suddenly these earth elementals that just materialize are looking around like they're unsure what happened. Then you just, as you're sort of turning around and you're looking at, you sort of look behind you, you see in the room this woman. She's materialized over by the thing. You can see her sort of move over on the other side of the construct, the dead construct.
Why is she in the dark?
She just moved into there. Well, you should be able to see her.
Is that a wall?
No, it's the guy. So it could be that he's, well, no, that shouldn't be. Maybe she's moving. Oh yeah, she did something stupid.
So this is like a wall here.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put her back. So she's moving over there next to the construct, and you see her sort of leaning in, and she's looking at Bardos particularly, and Lothar. So she's looking sort of northward. You're over to the left there. But yeah, you see her. So she's a very, it's what you think is either an elvish or human woman, but she's all dressed in these sort of weird red cloaks that sort of flow around her, and she has this sort of headdress on. You're not sure if it's a headdress or if it's actual horns, but it has several sort of reddish horns or horn-looking things coming out of her head. And you can see her sort of like looking at those guys. Something about to happen. All right?
Okay.
Flashheart, what do you do? You're in the other room. You're behind Fletcher. You see Gato run in. He's looking in there. He's, got something gross in there. What do you do?
All right.
You just stabbed that, and Fletcher. You killed what you thought was originally a vampire, but you don't think it is.
Yeah. To Gato, just shout out to just be careful if you keep going exploring, or take Otto with you. And I'm gonna rush to where I hear the sounds of. I guess it's not really battle, but commotion, right? So.
Yeah, there would be some commotion based on the stinking cloud. People are scooting around.
Yeah. So at least I'll rush. This door is open still, right where I'm at.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
this one here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to count out how far I can go. 1, 2, 3. These are 5-foot steps. Yep.
You're in a different room.
Where are you going? Where did you go?
I'm hiding under this body.
Which body?
That's a different room in there.
Oh, that's a different room. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Here's the door.
The yellow lines are walls.
I was asking if this door right here was open.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I can't go this way.
But you can't get out of that room.
I see. Okay, so I thought I would put you right next to Lothar. You're saying there's a wall there. I got it now.
No, here's
the yellow is wall. The maroon box is the double doorways.
20, 25.
But there's the creature. I mean, the construct is right there. The corpse of the construct is right there. That's
I'm going
difficult.
to do a double move to put myself. This puts me outside the stinking cloud right here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
All
You're
right.
next to Lothar. Yeah. You kind of come squeeze through there.
I'm gonna do a double move and put myself between Lothar and any danger I perceive coming his way.
So Lothar will point and say, "Hey, look at her." And she's over there standing by the construct creature, and you see this woman or elvish. I mean, she's either a human or elvish woman. You can't tell from here. Dressed in red with these weird, like reddish horns on the top of her head.
Now, just out of curiosity, I felt like I couldn't act on that information, but as soon as I passed this door, wouldn't I have not seen her and maybe changed my path?
You would have seen her.
All right. I think maybe I won't. I think I would bring myself to. I can't attack her though, right?
Not on a double move, no.
20, 25.
I'll probably get up to her though.
Yeah, I can get up if I can stand on top of the construct.
That would probably be difficult terrain.
It's difficult terrain. You can do it, but it's difficult terrain.
I don't want to be on difficult terrain, so I'm going to be right. I guess right here.
Difficult terrain.
Outside the stinking cloud, outside other side of the construct.
Okay, so you basically go around the other side. You're like, ha ha. So what do you say anything to her? I mean, she obviously sees you.
Did you say she's trying to do mumbo jumbo on the construct, or what did she do?
Well, no, she didn't seem to be doing anything to the constructs, but she was definitely looking at Bardos and Lothar until you showed up.
Yeah.
Now you have her full attention.
I was like, well, first of all, I detect evil, but I'm pretty sure my confirmation bias will be affirmed here in one moment.
Weirdly, she does radiate evil.
What?
That's weird.
Okay. And I will say, I don't know if you've seen my cloak, but it does billow menacingly. No, I will like, foul creature. Another. What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Was that Les talking? I didn't see.
I didn't say a word.
Oh, I thought it was some dark whispers.
There's something happening in your room.
Basically,
it's coming from inside the house, Matt.
It's inside your cloak. I will try to get her full attention and face me, dark creature.
Sorry, what? I was whispering paladins can munch my taint into my
I'm basically telling her to keep her eyes off my pal.
So what do you? I mean, do you say something to her? I mean, you say like,
"Face me, foul creature."
Yeah, you were like, "Bitch, you just fucked up."
Yeah. Oh no, you did.
Face me, foul creature, and she's like, "I'm not a creature. I'm a human, just like you, except for I'm going to be human long after you."
Sorry,
Fletcher, you're up.
Was she hawking a loogie on me? What was it?
No, she just flat out said in comment, "I'm going to be here longer than you, paladin."
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm no creature. I'm human like you, except for I'm going to be here a lot longer than you."
Ooh. It would be my first or second time being dead, lady.
Same. Oh, sorry. All right, Fletcher, you decide to abandon Gatto again and run out the door.
Well, that's one move to get me to there.
Okay.
So I'm assuming I see her at that point.
Yeah, she's growling something at
so I know she's not like snapping the grid here. So I don't believe though that I could attack her if I had reach, right?
If you had reach, you could attack her.
I can change weapons as a free move while moving.
Okay. But okay.
Would I have needed to do that at the start of the move, or could I do it at the end?
No, you could do it now. It essentially would occur during, in that somehow you would get a metagaming.
Probably right about
feeling.
here, I would have been like, "Hey, what's that over there?"
Yeah, you would get a metagaming feeling that you would need a reach weapon.
Are you sure that's okay? I don't want to break any.
No, it's okay. It's like switch weapons.
All right, so then I will swing at her with my glaive.
With the glaive, okay, go for it. Ooh, 35. That's a miss. No, I'm just kidding. That's it.
Better be just kidding.
That's it. So you come popping out of the doorway, step on the creature, swing away with this glaive, and just clock her like right in the melon with this glaive.
Yay me. Can somebody tell me the regular damage of a glaive offhand? I think I have the wrong damage again.
D10, I believe.
4d10.
Don would know it.
1 die 10.
Thank you. Let me just quickly fix that then before I roll.
So does Flashheart still have her attention? I'm just wondering.
Well, her attention was somewhat taken away by the fact that she just got clocked in the head with a glaive. So she's looking at Flashheart when suddenly
Hey guys.
Fletcher pops out.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
What?
There's just a little car accident up front. I gotta go check it out. So I think it was my car that got hit. So I gotta go check it out. I'll be back.
Shit.
Dear.
Okay.
Man.
All right. Well, Flashheart's out of the game. All right. So she's looking at Flashheart, and she seems to be corking up some sort of spell. When Fletcher pops out of the doorway, does some Power Ranger shit, and clocks her in the head with a glaive. She goes staggering backwards. You can see blood pouring down her face. She's looking over, and she can, and now she sees Fletcher. Now Fletcher has her attention. She's not focused so much on Flashheart anymore. But yes, she's obviously like, what the heckity heck?
Who's your daddy now?
Gatto's up.
Obviously not you.
All right. Gatto, while you're thinking about, is Gatto even there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm looking at my thing. All right. Well, so you're basically standing in front of this doorway. You had come in here moments before, got attacked by what you think is a vampire. Everybody rushed in, killed the vampire, then they rushed back out. You're left here alone again, except for Otto is behind you, sort of making you nervous.
He is making me nervous.
Yes, he makes everybody nervous.
Is Otto a he or a she? He, I guess.
Otto's a he.
Otto's a he. And he's there to protect your wandering ass, not hurt you.
Yeah, I trust that. Otto, go in this room up ahead and check it out.
Shoot.
Otto actually will look and see.
Okay.
That's what I tell it.
Otto smells a lot of blood. It's very similar to what he smelled before. He can see a couple of bodies, a couple of 3 bodies in there. Beyond that, though, I mean, he doesn't smell anything living. He doesn't smell anything living.
Doesn't see anything
not
moving?
living. No, nothing moving. There's a big table in the sort of the upper left-hand corner there. A sort of T-shaped table with a dude on it. Another dude sort of like chucked in the side. There's another dude sort of pitched over in the corner over here. He's looking like he's missing more than just his head, whereas this guy's just missing his head. And
Otto will stick his head back out and look at Gatto and like tilt his head like, all right.
yeah, you don't see anything live in there. Otto looks
sideways.
Well, I was giving him a
aluminum
round
foil
to
dog.
make sure that everything was okay.
He's not getting attacked, and he's not attacking anything. But it's a pretty weird mess in there, man. Even from where you're standing, 5 feet away from the doorway, you're looking in there. There's blood everywhere. That guy on the tea table, he's just eviscerated. He's a shell. And everywhere you look, where there's still a person, that person has had the top of their head sawn off and their brain removed. It's friggin' gross, and more than a little unnerving.
Frickin' gross.
Freaking gross.
Got that?
Yep.
All right, while you guys think about what to do there, I am going to reload my gin and tonic, and you guys strategize. I'll be right back.
Can anybody heal your level here? Can Lothar? Can you do that? He's gone too.
I mean,
Bring a level back.
I have restoration.
yeah, it's restoration.
Lesser restoration.
Yeah, lesser.
I think it's got to be regular.
Does
Lesser will
Lothar,
decline or stat stuff.
does Lothar have that? Does anybody know?
He's not there.
He can get it. I don't know if he's got it now.
Right. I don't know if it's got memorized, but
How does the man have a shelf for bowling balls, love to bowl, and only have 1 ball? That's just so sad.
He said more than that. Probably got him in bags right now.
I won't ask him where his balls are.
no, I want to hear you ask him.
No.
And get it on video.
Get it
Chuck.
on video.
Chuck, I'd like to know where your balls are.
Beg your pardon?
Well, I'm looking behind you and you have this beautiful rack and I know you love to bowl and there's only one ball on there.
No, that's because all of the rest are in carrying cases because I take them with me.
And how much of a collection do we have now? How many balls do we have now?
Currently 15.
15 bowling balls. That's amazing.
That's more than people golf with.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Hey.
I bowl at 3, 4, sometimes more bowling alleys around here, and then do tournaments in Dallas and San Antonio and New Braunfels. And so depending on which lanes you're going to, you need a different set.
Right.
They'll either have heavier oil or lighter oil or whatever. So
Really, shoes? Is it you guys talking about shoes?
No,
no,
balls.
bowling balls.
Oh, bowling balls.
So I don't generally take 15 with me when I go anywhere, but I have 15 to choose from to determine how many or which ones I'm going to take.
Do you ever do like on The Sopranos and put a severed head in your bowling bag? You just carry it around a little bit?
No, that would be bad. Because I have tournament bags, so they're clear plastic on top, so you can see what you're looking for. So that'd be a bad place to have a severed head.
A head would be very visible.
Well, at least you can keep track of your severed heads.
Well, but the other thing is they don't roll very, very predictably down the lane, so they're not a good choice for really any oil condition.
Well,
And
you
then-
gotta find the right head. I mean, you gotta look.
You
You get a head like mine.
Experience?
This thing's gonna just lop. But you get a head like Mike's. Mike's is pretty spherical. Take his glasses off, shave that thing. I think it'll roll pretty good.
Oh, the glass have to stay on.
Where's
Just
mine?
perfect.
I've got a meatloaf head. It's going
crunch,
up.
crunch, crunch.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do, Gato?
What are you doing, Gato? Otto looked at your room. It looks empty. He's wondering what the hell. And he's looking at you. What the hell? Yes.
Well, it's not empty. There's a lot
Empty-ish.
of blood and gore,
Empty-ish.
but there's nobody wandering around in it.
No live people.
Hey, Les?
You send me a message.
Yes.
Secret DM notes. What'd you used to do in the back of the day? Were you like, writing little notes and passing
Yeah,
them?
we would literally throw pieces of paper at each other. Okay, I will get back to you on that,
Okay.
but no problem. That would be a standard.
Yeah.
All right, you can do anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Farina.
Is going to let 2 arrows off at the woman around the corner.
2 arrows against the antler woman?
No, the woman back here around the corner you said I could see.
Well, that's the one that moved. So that's the one that dimension toward.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, then this
That's her.
woman. Then this woman here.
So you're gonna whip around and just like boop, boop.
Yeah.
Okay. She's got cover
27 and
against the
28.
creature, so she has +2 cover. So let's just take a look.
Actually, Farina's probably a good 5 feet off the ground.
That's why it's +2 instead of +4.
No.
Either way, though, both of those are gonna hit. Sadly for
Alright.
me.
And I think we would consider her evil.
Yes.
One.
Wait, if that's all it takes, I consider everything you shoot at evil.
So 41 points of damage. Is that what I'm looking at here?
42.
42.
42? All
Yeah.
right. Well, those arrows, she's looking at Fletcher after Fletcher has like clocked her in the head. So the glaive hit her in the top of the head and it opened up a big gash on her forehead. And that blood, you know how head wounds do, that blood is just streaming down. So her face is even more bestial than it is. She's got these big red antlers. You take your time and just sort of like, I got you now. And the first arrow takes her in the throat, and you see her sort of like move back, and her eyes are like saucers, and you're like, oh, perfect target. Second arrow goes right through that left eye, out the back, and you see her sort of stand there for a second. She wiggles a little, and then she sort of slides sideways as her life leaves her.
And then she says, right, I'll do you for that.
You hear from, at the same time, the rest of you, those of you who are up on that set of stairs there, Ilindar and Farina primarily, you guys hear from over there by where the earth elementals are, you hear, ah! You'll die for that, elf! a man's voice.
So
I'm gonna-
basically the equivalent of right, I'll do you for that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
But it's a you hear like just a scream of rage and grief after you obviously they were in some sort of connection. There's no way anybody back there could have seen this, but they felt it. And now
Where did you say that came from, Les?
It's came over by where the earth elementals are.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't see anything over there by the earth elementals, Les.
I'm
Okay.
gonna look over at Ilendar and I'm gonna say, my friend, I really like this bow. And smile.
And he'll wink and say, "You do good things with it."
That's
So
awesome.
Eleanor, you could see what you could see, man. I'm sorry to be problematic for you there, buddy.
Okay.
You hear that voice, you don't see anybody. And neither do your elementals.
I'm just saying, I can't even see my elementals. I can see one of them. I can
Yeah.
see this one.
Well, you should be able to see 60 feet.
I
I
can't
can
see.
see one and a
Dark
half.
vision.
I can't see anything with them. But like I said, I can only really see one of them.
All right, I have you clocked at 60 feet by 60 feet dark vision. I don't have all players see light. All right, so I'm going to give it all players.
They don't have vision, I guess, is what I'm saying. So I can't even see them.
Well, this is the max that you can see, man. I mean, you're around a wall is part of it.
Right.
You're around the corner, so quit complaining.
And Captain said, "You're gonna have to
You
move.
can see what you can see, man.
You're gonna have to move my other two guys because I really can't see them.
All right,
I can see this one,
I can see.
but they can't see any target right now.
Well, stop being such a wuss and step over the barricade.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
It's not his turn anyway.
You big piece of candy. All right. So Farina, you just aced that that antler woman. Bardos, you witnessed this. You're still in the stinking cloud. You're coughing. You're retching, but you're still okay to move. What do you do?
I don't see anybody else coming anywhere from the south or the north.
You don't know, but Gatto didn't come out of. I mean, you saw Fletcher come out of the hallway. You saw Flashheart come out of the hallway. You didn't see Gatto come out of the hallway, so you figured probably Fletcher and Flashheart killed him.
That'd be a logical deduction.
That's what I would think.
I'm gonna jump up on that barrier and
So that barrier, I mean, it's basically just a little log, sort of sawn log barrier. It's about 4.5 feet high. You could climb over it as difficult terrain if you want to get on the other side.
is it steady where I can stand on it?
Yeah, kind of. It's got braces. It's actually a fairly well-crafted personal barricade, right? So they came rushing out on these and plopped them down. They're actually pretty well made. These are things that they've used before. But yeah, it's strong enough where you can climb over it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna jump down and go to there.
So you're going all the way in there. All right, hold on.
Yeah, what's the temple look like in there? It looks like is that Baphomet, the statue?
So that's a big statue of Baphomet. What's your alignment?
I don't remember. Let me look. I think it's neutral good, if I remember right. Let's see here. Yep, neutral good.
Neutral good. Okay. So you step up on those stairs. You're looking around. You can see that this is some sort of chapel to Baphomet. But the moment you pass into it, you're hit by something like a slap in the face. The first thing you feel is a push from the place itself. There's like a shield as you sort of bounce into it, and for that I need a will save.
I won't try to go any further when I feel that.
All right, so you push into it. You could feel this thing alignment pushing on you. So you end up getting pushed backwards out of the chapel itself. So you end up stopping right there because you put it in and it's like boom.
Holy crap.
And you're like, you reach out and you touch it. And you can feel it's a barrier of some sort. that is generated by the statue and is alignment based. And so you could touch it. You can even push your hand through it, but you're just like, you could feel that, you know, the tingles on your hand as you sort of push it through and bring it back. And you felt definitely, it was like running into, like, you remember the giant, like sort of beach balls that they had when we were kids in grade school? You remember like sort of smashing into it and bounce backwards? That's what it kind of feels like. Also, you feel a definite anti-magic kind of field inside, and you're worried that the magic that you have on you and that is part of you might be problematic if you were even if you managed to get past this barrier. There's other anti-magical things going on in there that you're worried that might affect you if you walk through there. Remember, you're an inherently magical creature, and you know, as you get through there, you feel this sense of trepidation as you're bounced backwards. So now you're standing out of the temple, this chapel area, and you're like, do I go in? Do I go not? And that feeling started like right about here. So as you were thinking about going inside, you hit that barrier, and you're just like, whoa, there's a lot going on in there.
And I'll glance back at Lothar and say, nasty place. And then I'll turn and look at where the earth elementals are, and that's all I'm going to do.
They're sort of milling around. I mean, you can see two of them quite easily. They're just down at the bottom of those steps there, sort of on the other side of those doors. They're sort of milling around. You can see them sort of looking around like...
Matt,
Hey, Matt, is everything all right?
I'm back. Yeah, so one of the neighbors are picking up their kids from one of the neighbors' friends are picking up their kids from the All-Star game, I guess, and he sideswiped my Volvo out front. So it sucks,
no.
but at least he told me, you know, he had never had an accident, so he called called 911. So they showed up rolled up their full posse for the crime of the century.
Oh, no shit.
I'm out here in my GM is like, hey guys, I gotta get back to my D&D game.
A Volvo has been hit. Bring in SWAT.
That's right.
We had to cut ourselves short.
There's a bunch of guys outside his house, like coming down on helicopter ropes, you know.
Exactly. Get the K9 unit.
Hey, Les.
Yeah.
Can you check my character? It looks like I can only see 30 feet. I've got 60 feet dark vision, so I should...
Yeah, I've got you monitored at 60 feet. I've got it locked out. I think it's because of this wall right here.
No, because I can see a half circle there that goes to like right there.
Are we still alive?
Yeah, but you're blocked because you're around that corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a wall there. So here, I'm going to just do
that's
this real
someone
quick.
else's
So if you
vision.
go over the barricade now, what can you see?
Okay, that's someone else's vision. I thought it was mine.
What happened to Spellcaster is talking trash to me? Did she
Never mind.
Died horribly.
Farina freaking aced her.
After she talked trash? Thank you, Farina.
It's because you're behind.
I'll be living a lot longer than
It's
you,
because you're
sister.
behind the barrier.
It looked like it was my vision, but it was someone else's vision I was seeing.
Right.
It's mine you're seeing, I think.
Yep.
So Flashheart, you and Fletcher kind of like Fletcher sort of cracked her in the skull, drew blood, and then all of a sudden 2 arrows materialized, one in her throat, one in her eye. And she fell backwards like without a sound, and you look over and there's Farina standing at the top of the steps like, ah, you know, just like
She was busy giving her evil monologue there, and since I'm a pious fellow, I'm not going to look smug as I stand over her body.
a little smug's okay.
Okay.
It's like when Bernie Sanders gives a little salami to a cat. A little smug is okay.
Seriously, Farina cannot stop grinning when she's holding this bow. It's a look you never see on her.
It's like she's like the avatar of murder. She's killing everything.
It's pretty amazing.
All right, Bartos, you tried to get into the chapel. You got bounced back. You're not sure what happened. Now it's my turn.
What was that spellcaster's plan anyway, standing over there?
Well, I don't know. You had heard them talking.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't to get cut through the
I'm
face
sure it
twice
wasn't.
with
Yeah,
arrows.
to catch an arrow in the eye.
It's pretty much what happened, though. They put a stinking cloud up front, and then she dimension door to the back, just what I
It's like there's like 30 of their colleagues of much larger stature lying all about, and they're like, "I'm gonna go by myself and sneak up behind them." Let us know how that works out.
That's the evil version of Gato. I'm gonna go sneak in and roll stealth.
Hopefully.
Gato's not fighting this. He's just.
He just got de-leveled by a goth chick. He's not.
Yep. I'm not in a hurry to get into another combat.
Okay, what's next?
Working on it. Magic missiles come shooting around the corner. The elementals are like, "What?" As these missiles come like up these stairs and into Bardos. Three of them come shooting through.
Remember the magic item you have, Bardos.
He is not in the room. He is making a drink.
Well, he has a ring of force that will absorb all 3 missiles.
Well, 11 points of magic missiles hit him, and unless he can
You
produce
just
that
have
ring,
the magic missile. So you need to bring up force to prevent you from taking any damage.
Ilindar, give me a perception check.
The ring of force fangs absorbs magic missiles and charges itself.
So those stairs too, they're covered in grease. Suddenly, there's a huge grease pool.
I'm going to call out to
on
everyone.
those stairs, and it's actually quite well hidden.
I'm going to call to everyone, hey, these stairs are covered in grease, so watch out if you go down them.
They down or up?
Absinthe there, Les?
They're down.
Okay.
Sorry?
You drinking absinthe there?
No, gin and tonic.
Your glass looks green when you tilt it up.
Well, that's because I've got like an entire lime in there.
A little death in the afternoon.
Absinthe and champagne and tater tots, my good man.
As they did in the classy
No, I don't know if
20s.
we ever talked. So just to take a quick break. I don't know if Matt and I ever told you this, but when I was in New York one time, Matt comes to me and says, "You and I are going out after work. I have the perfect place. You're going to love it. It's very conservative. You're going to love it." So we drive down there, and this is the same night that like an apartment blew up down in
gas
Alphabet
leak.
City.
Like
So we-
literally leveled a 5-story building.
So we couldn't find a parking spot anywhere. So we finally parked. We walked to this place. It's called Lovecraft's. It's fantastic. It's all kinds of like crazy H.P. Lovecraft decorations and stuff like that. We are literally the only people.
Yeah.
So we roll up to the bar and we're checking out the menu, and it's pretty much absinthe based. But they have this thing called Death in the Afternoon, which is absinthe and champagne mixed together. So we order a couple of those, and we're like, we're a little hungry, so let's check the food menu. They have giant bowl of tater tots.
As
So
Lovecraft would have liked.
As Robert Lovecraft would have liked. So we order 2 bowls of tater tots and 2 Death in the Afternoons. And you should see us. We're the only guys in this Lovecraft bar. We're drinking absinthe and champagne, and eating tater tots like the lords of all creation. And he's regaling this obviously Ukrainian bartender with all kinds of jokes and stuff, which he is not having the slightest of. She's like, yes, what the hell?
She was. We tried to roll charm person several times, and it was a
We
critical
had
failure on
so
multiple
much
occasions.
fun with so little success at anything we did. But we drank 3 or 4 of those.
Remember,
So we found out you have to stir it, because otherwise the absinthe will fly at you. It's too dense. It's denser than the champagne.
The champagne crawls on it. That's the only way I can describe it. It crawls back and forth across. So it's very disturbing looking.
That's what Hemingway used to drink was absinthe and champagne.
Ugh,
It's brilliant.
It's
a great drink. You get hammered on it.
Oh,
but,
and there was like a 20
it
foot
will kill you.
20-foot mural of the Illuminati behind us. Remember the Illuminati eye?
I remember that was so awesome. We took a picture in front of that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Like a selfie or something like that. And the Ukrainian woman was like, "That's very nice. Your selfie is very good."
Typical Americans. I hope you die.
Typical American scumbags. Anyway, Death in the Afternoon. Fantastic drink. If you drink absinthe and you have champagne, put them together. Unbelievable.
I found an even more disturbing place for us next. I mean, high class place for us next time you're in New York.
Well, I've drank with John Cho, so if you want to plumb the depths of disturbing, I've probably been there.
Yeah. Well, these folks don't need to know it, Joe.
But Ilindar, you see that there is grease on those stairs. It's very surreptitiously put. Whoever put that grease there, and it's a grease spout. whoever put that spell there was very specific about where they wanted it. Because if you were coming up on that from above and hit those things, you would just go right down those stairs.
Points worth.
And it's your turn too.
Hey Les, did you say that Bardos got magic missiles?
Bardos just got magic missile for 11 points. However, my understanding is you have a ring of force fangs that absorbs it.
Yeah, so I get 3 charges. Is that what you did, right? 3d4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get 3 charges.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I had stepped away, but I got it now.
That's quite all right. Ilindar, saw the grease. You're standing next to Jerebeth, the elvish princess, who looks frightened yet intrigued. What do? You just saw Bardos absorb magic missiles, and you're like, how the fuck is that going on?
Where is she at? I don't understand where she's at.
So he.
Where's he at?
Who's who?
The bastard that's
Nobody knows
shooting the
where
magic missiles.
You can't see him. She's looking down there, and she's like, he's not invisible. I can't see
Ilindar,
him.
can you see him?
You think he's probably just like around the corner or something.
Just run down the grease stairs.
Yeah, just slide down there. Body slam.
Can someone who casts grease also dispel grease?
Sure. Well, at this point, it's a dispel magic kind of thing, but yeah. Ilindar. Yeah, buddy. You're muted.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
I said, unless you made a typo, I want this princess chick fighting for us.
Well, she's looking down there. So she says, "Look, essentially, I have true seeing, as a boon from my heritage. I'm looking down there. I don't see anyone." She seems sincere. She's like, "I wish I could help. I don't see anyone."
I'm gonna tell the elementals to split up and look for something to hit.
All right.
Like I said, I can't
looking
see
around.
where they're at. I mean,
There's a doorway right here.
okay, then have them go through there and start swinging.
All right, so you're gonna have them go through there. All right, so
You're gonna have to move them because I can't see what's beyond there.
All right, so they go running in there, and they're like, and you hear them, sort of speaking in their planar tongue. There is something back there, and they are attacking it. So go ahead and roll 3 attack rolls.
Okay. And whatever they're attacking is standing on the ground, right?
What do you mean staying on the? What do you mean staying on the ground?
Weird things. They've got Earth Mastery, so they get a +1 to attack and damage if whatever they're attacking is standing on the ground.
I think I got math.
Well, I mean, standing on the floor, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I mean. Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
I think 2 hits. 2 hits.
Okay. 6 plus 7. 6 plus 7.
Oh, what up, kid?
6, 7.
9 and 13. Am I reading that right? 22 points?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you can hear them sort of harumphing in the distance. The sound of elementals and the
I can speak their language, so I can hear it.
So you can hear him. It's like, here he is. And then you can hear him, hit him again, that kind of thing. And you can, that sort of thing. You can hear the meaty smacks of their earthy arms, like, bashing into something. So they've hit something back there. You don't hear whatever they've hit making any noise.
Okay.
But they'll tell you there's a dude back here that we're hitting.
Okay. Keep hitting him.
Okay. We will hit him some more.
Please let a prisoner.
Hello, Earth Elementals.
What's so funny? There's a dude back here. All right. So Eleanor, are you doing anything? You climbing over the thing, jumping on those that greasy,
No,
those
but I'm
greasy
gonna say
steps?
there's something down there to the left. But if someone's gonna go down these stairs, they're slippery, so watch out.
Slippery.
Yeah, very slippery.
King of understatement.
There's like one of those little banana cones.
Yeah,
That's,
you got
it's
the
like-
yellow caution signs.
Yeah, caution sign. All right, Lothar, you are on the other side over there. You're on the other. You hear Eleanor yelling. They're down there. From here where you are, you could see sort of those bodies in that other room. You see Bardo sort of backing off in the chapel. Everybody is sort of going their own way. What do you do?
All right, so I've heard them say that there's a grease spell on the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and this barricade is difficult terrain.
Yeah, I mean, you can hop over it. It just is a double move.
So wait, a
Takes you
double
10 to
move
get over
or
it.
okay?
Well, it takes
then
you 10 feet of your movement rate to get over the barricade.
15, 20. So I'm going to come here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the stairs.
On the stairs, okay?
He meant on the grease on the stairs.
So...
Dispelling the stairs.
Okay, so I have to check the thing.
Probably not.
Oh, that's not going to be good.
I'm pretty sure that's a fail.
Yeah, that's not going to be. So you feel like it's less about the power of the spell than it is about you somehow managed to bitch it up. You're like, I fucked up that spell.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily about that you were refuted by the power of that spell that's on the thing. But you definitely know there's a grease spell on top of those stairs now.
Okay.
All right.
Delightful.
Flash arts.
All right, so I got
Bottom of the order.
grease spells and slippery stairs behind me.
Well, there's a big cloud in front of you. I mean, that's just sort of hanging there.
A sea of bodies in front of me. Have I heard any more cries of pain or dismay from Otto or Gatto or Otto over there?
No, not from Gatto.
Otto looks at Gatto and what?
The only
that
thing you
was
really
not
hear
the
from,
vampire.
I mean, you did hear Gatto's theme song though.
Is that the?
I'm waiting to hear. I'm waiting to
early?
hear Gatto's Cito-san. Wait.
Here it goes.
Slowly I turn, step by step.
And it won't work. I don't know what the problem is here.
Nope, it's fine.
Just hum us a few
That is no
bars.
music.
All right, I'm gonna turn to Fletcher. Like, you want me to cover Gatto and you cover the you cover the party?
You got it, Chief. As long as I get
Gatto
to
so specially gets his own bodyguard.
All right, I'm trying not to cough while I'm on the line.
Okay.
I keep opening. Sorry, I keep opening our Zoom portrait of the map versus the actual.
triangle. Yeah.
Yeah, the roll 20. Yeah, it's making me crazy. I do it every
No,
day.
computers are hard. It's okay.
10,
Computers are
15,
hard.
20, 21, 30, 40.
After a certain age.
All right, that double moves me between Gatto, where I believe Gatto and Otto last were. So
All right, so you scooch down. You see Gatto there. I mean, Gatto's looking in that doorway. You peek in there too, and you're like, it's a charnel house in there. You're looking in there, and you see these guys with their heads severed and their brains removed. There's blood and guts all over the place. There's a big table full of like horrifying tools. There's a disembodied guy in the thing, and then Otto's just sort of like, it looks okay.
all right, I will send a quick prayer to Iomade to wish these souls a peaceful passage. All right.
Their brains. There's nothing they can do without their brains. Find their brains.
Can you
You
read
have
Night
found-
Tones and Brain?
You have found Marilyn Manson's living room.
Oh shit.
It's pretty grim. All right, so I guess that's my move. That was everything.
All right.
That's
it
all
for
I can
you?
see from right here. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody.
You don't see anybody moving. I mean, Otto's in there. Otto doesn't seem to be other than nonplussed. Other than
I
the
clearly see doors here that are
grossness.
closed, right?
Yeah, that door's closed. The door in the north. Yeah, you can see that.
Is that the door that Otto came through?
No, Otto came through this door. He came by you guys. Nobody's gone through that door.
Okay, that's what I want to know. So we still haven't technically found the brain creatures that we're aware of.
You don't see any creatures in here. This is the room that the Crusader guys told you the brain creatures were in.
Right.
All you've got here is a bunch of dead bodies with their brains removed.
Which is pretty grim, but
It is a little gross.
All right, so now we split the party effectively.
Good.
Defer to the next player.
Fletcher. So you saw those arrows materialize in that what you suspect is a blackfire adept.
Was.
You had a stinking
Tense is
cloud
important.
sort of materializing over there that everybody sort of like scooted out of, although there's one guy you can hear actively retching on the north side of it. Everybody else is sort of moving around. What do you do?
I saw Lothar come up here. So
Yeah, he ran over there. You could still sort of see him past the cloud. He leaped over the climbed over the barricade into that
do a
area.
double move to this point.
That's okay. All right, so
That's
you're going to
60
climb over
feet.
the barricade. That's 60. So you go around the cloud and over the barricade?
Yes.
Okay. All
And
right.
I did count the big guy as difficult to terrain at the start too. So
Okay. And that's a double move?
that's a double move,
So
and
you
I
look
will switch to my hammer while doing that.
Okay, so you look behind you. Give me a quick perception. Never mind. Everything looks fine.
I didn't see nothing.
Everything looks just fine. All right, Gatto. Flasher comes around and he's like, "Hello, bud. What are you doing?" And he's sort of like waving radiance in there, and he's looking in there, and you look at it. He's like, "Oh, it's a bit of a charnel house in there, isn't it?" And you're like,
I don't think there's anything of interest in here, though. And I hear combat in the other room. We should probably go.
What about said brain bugs and or brain creatures and those doors on the far side of this room?
We're going to open those later. I don't want to get too far ahead with the party separated.
Well, that's why I came down here for you. But all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So Gatto
That sounded a little whiny for a
hightails it
pound.
back out
Yeah,
into
well.
the other room.
Now, is
Gatto, where did you end up?
Oh
Seriously?
my god! I wasted a whole turn.
this green circle actually visible?
My cloak was
Is
billowing and
is what
everything.
visible?
The green circle, the stink cloud?
The cloud is visible. The green circle is not.
This is the
The
cloud.
green circle's not a stink cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Green
Bardos
circle
cloud.
is
the Lothar cloud.
Is the
It's your savior
Lothar
ass by a
cloud.
Okay, I didn't come up to here then. See,
Okay. All right, so you avoid the stinking cloud and kind of go up the stairs there. You can see
Yeah.
Lothar, you can see Bardos, you can see Fletcher. They're on the other side of the barricades.
Okay.
All right. Farina.
Did you see my message?
To me?
I'm talking to Don.
yeah. Farina's working with Bardos to figure a
Yeah, I
way
see
down
it
the
now.
stairs. She's going to reserve until after Bardos' turn.
Wait, what?
Farina is working with Bardos to come up
Okay.
with a plan to get down these stairs, so she's going to reserve until after Bardos' turn.
So she's reserving. Okay, go.
I'm just going to give her spider climb less.
All right, you're going to give her
More
spider
exciting
climb.
than that.
Perfect. All right, so Bardos, you're going to like, what, 5-foot step over there?
Yep.
Because it's a touch spell, right?
Right.
Okay, so you're going to step 5-foot step and give her spider climb. I'll put you there. And all right, so now you have spider climb. What are you going to do with it?
Now I'm
Farina.
going to
Farina of the woodland.
Farina of the woodland is going to hop over the fence for 10
But
feet,
doing no problem.
and then up the wall to here.
Okay, the walls are about 12 to 15 feet high, so they're pretty high.
Well, that's one turn. Can I see?
Give me a perception check. for
That's
there.
20 plus this. Wait, my roof is 20 on the walls?
Mhm.
Oh, so okay, how's that work? If it's 10 to get over the barrier and my move is 20 on the wall.
Barrier shouldn't have cost you 10 once you had spider climb.
Oh no, you just leaped up on the wall and sort of climbed up on it. I'm assuming that you have
Okay.
normal speed, but you're on the walls. Now, if you tell me you're on the ceiling, let me know. But I'm
No,
assuming
I'm
you're
on
on
the
the walls.
walls. I'm on the walls. Can I see?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I guess, can I see for a clear shot? Because I'm only seeing like a partial. Oh, sorry. I clicked twice. 38.
38. So yeah, you see the edge of what you suspect is a earth elemental, and it's in movement. So there's like, and you can hear like earth elementals like, you know, talking to each other and fighting. There's like that mean smack of.
The only thing you understood was the word "dude" is universal, so you did hear it grumble "dude" with everything else.
Okay, so I'm going to go another 10 foot.
Okay.
Then I'll hit the ground.
Plunk.
And then run over to this wall.
Make sure there's nothing up there.
And go up that wall. Oh,
Okay.
oh, gorgeous.
Give me a perception.
I don't know that there's a chance I could possibly miss that. Is there?
Yeah, probably not. But there's
You
some
might be
details
looking
there.
the other way.
26. All right, yeah. Though, so you're at first looking at the elementals, and you see that they have surrounded some dude, sort of in the corner there, and he's giving as much as good as he gets. You're not entirely sure what that is exactly, but it's some sort of magical, stuff. As you look over, and you're like, you do a sort of a double take, and you're like, there's another person over in the corner over there, and he's just like. You can see him casting spells at you.
Okay. I yell back down the hall, I'm in trouble! I'm in trouble!
I ran forward too far!
Ran too fast!
I pulled a Gatto!
I pulled a Gatto! Tell Gatto to come rescue my ass!
Gatto's like, I'm super busy right now.
And I'm also going to send for Otto. Double move him.
Okay.
I got to find him. Then I'll move in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So Otto bails out of there and leaves sort of, now we're leaving Flashheart alone?
Yep.
Okay.
Flashheart's fine.
5, 10, 15, 20.
It's gonna be like Shaggy in the By the Closet where the big hairy arm comes out and grabs me from behind. Yoink!
So Otto should be able to get to here with a double move. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Can Otto triple move?
No.
Please?
Probably can't.
Yes, but by the rules, no. How's that?
Yes. Okay, my turn's over.
Okay.
Possibly my life.
Guy looks at you and he just smiles. And you see him wink out at the same time at your feet. You see smoke and gas begin to come up from the stone, and you find yourself in a stinking cloud.
Fort save.
Fort or will?
Fort.
And just what do I need to roll to not puke my guts out?
It's a fortitude save against a DC, which I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to share it with me?
Nah. Well, sure. Yeah, I can share it with you. It's DC 18.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
DC 18 fort save.
I can do that. I can
Make
do
it
that.
happen. Otherwise, you're going to be
Oh, I didn't do that.
Barf City.
Barf
Living
City.
creatures in the cloud become nauseated, which lasts as long as you are in the cloud and 1d4 round until after you leave. So we will roll that when you leave, but for now you are nauseated. So you're probably thinking, what does nauseated mean? Creatures with the nauseated condition experience stomach distress. You are retching and hurling your guts out. You are unable to attack, cast spells, concentrate, or do anything else requiring attention other than hold your hair back.
As I
The
recall,
only action you can take is a single move action.
as I recall, now that does you very good for that side of the dungeon, is that one of my mercies is removing nausea.
Is nausea?
Yeah.
But you guys are 200 feet away from each other.
Yeah, it's a ways.
In the meantime,
touch her,
you are very worried about your hair because it's falling forward in front of your face. There's a lot of barf coming out. You're still surrounded by the barf-inducing cloud. In the meantime,
That's move.
it's about all you can see.
Yeah, do it.
Fletcher, give me a perception check. You see a person materialize in the chapel in front of you. Now, you guys were all sort of looking the other way, but that chapel is in front of you and to the north of you. And you know that Bardos has said, don't go in there. There's trouble in there. But suddenly, a person materializes in there. They're cloaked in red. They are smiling, and they're looking at you.
Ooh, yay. Invitation.
Come on in, big boy. What are they gonna do? So he's gotten hit. Concentration plus 12. So the concentration check thing for damage, do we still do that?
You have occasionally here and there.
Only
like
if they're trying
That serves you.
spell that lasts while they get hit.
This is a reaction to getting hit more than anything.
So if it's like magic missile or something that's like a instantaneous kind of thing,
It's a dimension door.
I don't think they'd have to do. Now they have to cast defensively, otherwise they're going to get
Which
smacked.
they will.
Attack of opportunity. But they don't have to roll. There's no penalty for taking damage because it's a single action spell.
All right, so he cast defensively and cast dimension door. Fletcher, now you see 2.
Did he roll the casting defensively and do it successfully?
Sure, maybe I did.
Sure he
As
did.
far as you know.
What's the roll? I'm sorry. Is it with concentration?
It's a concentration. Yeah,
It's stat. It's gosh.
okay.
It's a D20 plus concentration versus the damage that he
Versus it's
received. Right?
Like 15 plus double the level of the spell or something like that.
All right, the spell level is 4. 15 plus 4 is 23. Is concentration
15
is-
plus 4 is 23. 15 plus 4 is 9.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So
We rolled a natty 3. He does not do that. He tries to do it, but it provokes attacks of opportunity from every single freaking elemental that's around him. So go ahead and roll him. That sucks.
Go, Mike, go.
Oh, hang on.
No, these have to be actual rolls.
These
Yeah,
actually-
rolls.
Wow, those aren't any better.
Only one. Wait a second. No hits. No hits.
You rolled a 3, a 4, and a 9, all single digits.
So he manages
Wow.
to. So I roll the single digits on getting out of there. They roll single digits on the attack.
Which were
Basically
consistent.
stalemate. Yes, exactly. Bardos, you're up. Now you are there, and Fletcher hits you in the thing. He says, "Look!" And there's somebody in the chapel, and they look like
They
might
wanna
be
play.
up to something. You're not sure what, but they don't strike you as being fun and games type people.
You got anything? Let's see here.
Sure wish we had somebody with a melee attack over
We
here.
need a healthy
A ranged
arena
attack.
up here.
Yeah.
Frida can get healthy in a second.
I guess I can throw a web in there. I might do something.
Ooh, Immelindar, give me a perception check. You're gonna throw a web in there. What size is that web?
20.
20 by 20?
Didn't you just go to give me spider climb? And aren't I after you now?
Yeah, I think I might have got messed in the initiative list actually because me
Yeah,
and Farina were next to each other. I went.
No, I think Farina held her, or you held your stuff.
I held
She-
mine to
she
go
didn't.
after him.
Yeah, she went after me, so she should be after me. She should be after me now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'm not sure how that happened, but was
Well, Farina, you just went, right?
I know, but
Yeah.
Bardos was right in front of me because he gave me spider climb. And
Okay.
then I took the next position after him.
All right, so I'm going to skip your turn, but I'm going to put you in below Bardos. Okay. You can't go again.
But Bardos has already gone too. You should be going to Illindar next.
Yeah, that's what I
Or
was saying.
saying. Okay.
All right, so he's casting the. So Bardos, you're casting the web, right?
No, that was he's already had his
Well,
turn.
are we in a new initiative, a new turn?
No, it has not gone all the way around.
I don't know how we could have got messed up there.
Just go to Illindar.
All right,
Go to Glendar.
Illindar it is.
Go to the tape.
Well, no, but I should be before her because she just went.
You are before her.
I'm just wanting to run out the clock.
That's what I mean. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know that he went.
She just stinking clouded me.
Yeah, she went.
He cast Spider Climb on her. She went over there and then got the
Stinking cloud.
on her.
Yeah, she got stinky clouded. But we had Farina's number was actually much higher, so we skipped.
But she held her turn.
Yeah, no, she didn't. But she did. Yeah, she actually did.
Yeah, she
but
did.
I didn't actually count that. So really, it's Bardos' turn.
Bardos spider
Bardos' turn, and then Illindar.
Bardos spider climbed me for his turn. That's
No,
what
that
I
was
did.
last. That was last time.
Last time.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
last time.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Because
I'm gonna,
the
Yeah,
bad guy cast Stinking Cloud and then Dimension Doored into the
Did
chapel.
you guys all go? I don't feel like anybody else went, but okay.
all right, so web right there. Yep, that's perfect, Les.
All right. So one of the things of the chapel is that it has a permanent dispel magic going on it. So I need to know. So what we basically do is to see if that works. We have to basically have a dispel magic contest here. So the dispel magic is D20 plus caster level against the DC of 11 and the caster level of the spell to be dispelled. What is your caster level?
8.
8. All right. So the caster level of the dispel magic is 11.
So it's DC 19.
Yeah. So you cast dispel. You cast web in there, and for whatever reason, it just like the web flies out of your body, and then it hits this whatever barrier, and it begins just to like crunch away. As the magic inside there just seems to destroy it. And the web does not clock in.
I'm gonna move over to the side.
Okay. Illindar.
Do my elementals see anything to strike?
Oh yeah, he's right there. They're clocking away. They're smacking away. He tried to get away and it did not work. So they can do full actions.
Okay. Then they're all going to swing.
Okay. Two hits. Wait a second. No. Well, let me make sure of that. I think it might be 0 hits. AC 23. 0 hits.
Jeez.
Okay.
So sorry about that. What about you? What are you going to move? You going to jump over the thing? You going to get on that grease? Throw yourself in the chapel?
Did someone call out that she was in there?
I don't know that anybody did. Fletcher knows.
Fletcher
Bardos
told
knows.
Bardos, but that was it.
I mean, Bardos tried to cast a spell in there, so there's obviously something in there.
Yeah, yeah, Bardos definitely saw it, and then Bardos kind of scooted away.
Okay. I'm going to move over here and shoot a crossbow at her.
At who? Oh, okay. From behind the barricade, you're going to shoot crossbow? Yep. Okay. Nah. Ting! Bounces off the statue in the background. Bottom of the order, maybe the last of the night. Or no, Flashar's still up. Lothar, what do you do? So Lothar, you're over the barricade.
How high is the ceiling in here?
About 12 to 15 feet. You're not sure.
I'm going to move here using fly and be up by the ceiling.
Okay. Just fly right up.
Hang on. Where's the alt thing? Because I want to be able to peek around. There we go. And then I'm going to Fire and arrow.
Okay.
I moved so I don't get both, right? So
You moved, so you just get one shot.
right. So ignore everything else except for the first one.
All right. Who are you firing at?
The chick in the chapel.
Ah, okay. All right. So 25, that's a hit.
And this comes from, and I haven't used this before, so the composite longbow.
Okay.
It's +3. It says may have other benefits like radiance. So I don't know what those other benefits are or if they'll manifest, just to remind you. Otherwise, it's 8 points of damage.
8 points +3. And use as it sort of like is in space, you feel like time slows down. You see this arrow sort of, and as it's spinning towards her, you see it. You see this greenish, brownish, earthy glow, sort of ensorcel. And you know that Erastil is here. That the goddess of the earth. Erastil is a god or a goddess? Goddess.
He's a god.
God, the God of the earth, has ensorcelled this thing, and it hits, and it slams into her. You can see that she has some sort of magical barrier, but it pierces it, gets through, and punctures into her chest. And you see her sort of slam backwards, and you get 2d6 additional damage from the smell of earth and of the plants is sort of around you as this arrow goes flying into her. 11 plus 9 or plus 8 is 19, plus 3 is 22. And you can see her stagger back as this arrow sort of sends her backwards. You can see her sort of looking backwards at the statue of Baphomet. There's fear in her eyes as she sort of like looks back, and she's like, and you can see her sort of like begin to sort of ensorcel something to try and get back at it. You know, you can hear the sense of desperation in her eyes now. She knows that this is the fight that may define her life.
A little razzle, a little dazzle.
That's right, you're up.
I was trying to run out the clock. Okay, what do we got?
You're
so
alone.
I
gotta get back to the party, buddy.
You're alone in a room full of dead bodies.
Well, this door is open, so I can't see it. But I shouldn't be able to see into the room.
You can totally go in there. Yeah.
Okay. So my question.
Start investigating. Kind of like.
My question is.
Oak.
No, but there's a door right here. Does that shorten my distance to go through?
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what that door leads to. All you know is that the prisoner said this was the lair of this was the realm of the brain eaters. You see a couple of dudes in here. There's blood everywhere. These guys have been eviscerated and their brains are gone.
Great. Okay.
But there is a set of double doors on the other side of the room, which are closed. Rush through there. Get yourself a brain. Have a little nibble. You're back in the fight.
Not that bad. Tastes like chicken. All right. I'm going to rush through the room here, Les, to the other double doors.
All right.
And I hope they're not locked.
They are not locked. You're gonna blow through them.
Blow through them.
Okay.
Up these stairs.
I can see. Can
To here. So that's 40.
There are stairs. You get in there and you find yourself on the other side of a large pile of bodies. There's a table in the middle of the room with brains on it. And you can see off to the left, past the doorway, you can see Lothar flying around, Otto and Fletcher looking in, and Bardos moving towards the thing.
Would this be considered rough terrain, or would I have to go all the way around?
Well, if you have to go over the bodies, yeah, it would be. But give me a perception check real quick.
I'm gonna do like a John Elway into the end zone.
What's north? North of the table.
29.
You look over and then you look up, and you see that this room is much, much taller than any of the hallways or rooms you've been in. Probably 35, 40 feet high to the ceiling. You can only barely see the ceiling up there because it is covered with what looks to be a combination of what at first glance looks like spider webs, but at second glance looks like some sort of nest, which is around the edges of the thing, probably extending 8 to 10 feet out from each edge. It's covered in some kind
This
of.
way or directly above me?
It's probably 30 feet high above your head.
Okay. Okay.
So you look up there and you're like, what in the hell is that? And then you see along the edge a single large talon kind of come over the top of this
You say talon?
nest. Talon, yeah. Some sort of claw. Looks like a crab's claw. Just goes around the other side. And you can see it kind of over the edge. And then as you look over to the opposite side, you see another one. 2 claws of these weird crab-like claws, huge, kind of go over the side of the thing. And that's where we'll stop for today.
Now, flash our Pearl de Gato.
There's a whole lot of Gato going on.
Yeah, sleep tight.
A lot of Gato going on. All right, guys, this was awesome. Thank you so much.
That was a great session.
All right,
Yeah,
we
Clarks and
will
all.
see A-Team again in 2 weeks. Traveler next week.
Yeah.
And we will find out what it is exactly that is now hunting Flash Art.
We cannot be caught with bear porn on board. That's all I'm saying. We'll have to set the self-destruct before that happens.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. This is great.
Hey,
Bye,
Mike.
guys.
Russ, hang on.
Mike,
All right.
Yes.
that your Earth elementals.
Uh-huh.
The thing that reminds me of when I was younger, after the military, I used to work in electronics.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at a company building commercial grade flight simulators.
Okay.
And one of the women that I worked with was a native Japanese who had come to this country. So she did all of the translating whenever we had a conversation with a Japanese company for electronic parts. And that is exactly how it sounds. Because it's like, Nonde Shohokakata integrated circuit. And I was like, what the fuck was that? There's a whole bunch of stuff I don't understand. And then suddenly
And then one
PC.
word that you understand perfectly.
Yeah, integrated circuit. I was like, what was that? But yeah, that's funny as hell. Anyway, night guys.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
See you, Chuck.